This is the worst show that I have ever seen. And it's in its 3rd season. That's right, The Ultimatum, Season 3 has returned. Nick Lachey and Vanessa Lachey have proved that they don't just like putting people together, they love tearing them apart. And I am going to do a deep dive on this today. Now, I compiled the 10 episodes, including the reunion episode, I think, which was disgusting. And I put it down today for your viewing pleasure. I will be taking you through what is probably the weirdest show that you could possibly see. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the concept of the ultimatum is one person from a relationship issues the other person an ultimatum. You either marry me in the next 3 weeks or you fuck off. That's apparently the show. It's like Love is Blind, but blinder. So they like this, and they're just seeing dollar signs. Both of them are Mr. Krabs. Apparently the show is doing well enough to get a 3rd season. Even did one on South Africa. South Africa decided they're gonna throw their hat in the mix. Look at how they can ruin their... That was fun. Glad we did that. But there's just nothing like Americans. They're just prime reality, you know, prime rib, something like that. It's just good television. USA! 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 With that said, I hope you grabbed your popcorn or something. Wherever you are watching this, take a seat or just listen, because this is gonna be a long and amazing video. Thank you, by the way, for watching. If you're not subscribed, we're gonna hit 1 million this year, so if you do that, you would contribute to that. Also, look at me. I'm actually wearing a college shirt this year. I think that I'm gonna start appealing to the sexier brands. I think I could be a fashion model now, so if people wanna give me clothes to wear in videos, do it. That was my pitch for clothing. I don't have clothes. I'm gonna be naked. Okay, follow me on Instagram too. Cool, The Ultimatum, right? You know what it is. You know who the people are. Let's start.
Hello.
Welcome, guys.
I'm Vanessa Lachey.
And I'm Ish. And this is The Ultimatum.
He said it. He did the thing. He did the thing. He said this is the tomato, and then he did this thing. Nick Lachey is famous, like the Statue of Liberty holding that sign. Nick does this one. I don't know what it is. I don't know who taught him that move.
You take the blue pill. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland.
Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Okay, real quick. So the other day I was traveling, as I often do for my channel, SideQuest TV, and I had some time on my hands. So while I was waiting for the plane, I started playing a game called June's Journey, and I was taken back. It's a free mystery game where you play as June Parker, a clever independent woman trying to solve her sister's murder from the 1920s. But here's what makes it different. It's not just mystery solving. You're diving into family secrets, love, betrayal, and even social issues as the story unfolds. You also get to build your own island and take part in events. But the best part is that the story is constantly evolving. New chapters drop every week, so there's always something new to explore. Discover June's Journey for free. Click the link in the description box or scan the QR code. Play on Android, iOS, and PC. Shout out to them for sponsoring this video. Give it a go, let me know what you uncover. And he's been doing it in every show, and I'm hoping sooner than later I can meet him to do this with his hands. Whoop, back in there. Nope, just do this. I'm Nick Lachey, socially more acceptable.
Someone in the relationship has issued an ultimatum.
One of you is ready to be married, and the other one, not so much.
So normal people would call this therapy, or having a conversation in private would be good. This is the equivalent of saying, I don't want to get married, I want to get married.
Let's bring all of our friends in this.
And 2 random people, one who sings and one who I'm not sure what she does. And let's just break up and start banging other people. See how you like it. Do you want to marry me now? Problem is, it's kind of like forcing someone to make a decision that they wouldn't want to make. I don't know how this is seen as good TV programming, or even a good decision by the people who actually want to be on the show, but I can tell you it's a very, very flimsy concept.
Zaina, you gave the ultimatum to JR.
I did. We have so much in common. Our favorite Thai food order.
So that's JR and Zaina, and there's always someone with a Z in the ultimatum. I don't know what that is. There's always Zay, Zaina, Zeke probably, and she says everything of theirs is in common and then names Thai food as one of the things. I would dare you to find someone who doesn't like fucking Thai food, because I could probably go across the street, throw a rock at a Jamaican man and be like, you like Chinese?
Yeah, man.
Perfect. Now we're soulmates. Great.
We met on a dating app.
She did tell me that I was the first to make her orgasm.
Babe.
That's JR. He's the guy who says everything's sexual. Don't know if you noticed that. He's a fitness coach and such. Maybe an influencer. I'm not really sure exactly what he does, but I know what he says.
Orgasm.
He's one of those guys, and he's gonna be saying more of that shit every single day. Imagine being that's the first thing you want people to know you for. Hi, I'm JR. I made her orgasm. I'm gonna break up. It's good. Glad that you told her. That's a good personality to have, JR. Thanks.
I've been through a lot of bad relationships in my past, including a failed marriage.
Did you make her orgasm too? You failed marriage. I'm not holding back 2025. I don't give a fuck.
I do not want to get divorced again.
I too was previously married, divorced.
Why'd you say it like that, Nicholas? I too was previously married to a person who shall not be named. That bitch was cray-cray, you know what I mean? Why did he say it like that? He should have sung it. No, I too have been married. I made her orgasm. Hope mama's not watching.
Nick, you have given Sandy the ultimatum.
I have.
Oh man, when you look at some of these people, like it said at the bottom there, dating 2.5 years. Now, I know it's not about the time. I get it. You could date someone and feel like you've known them forever. It's a beautiful thing. I agree. I understand. If you know someone for 3 months and you know it's gonna work, do it. However, a lot of these people seem like they don't even know themselves. 2.5 years is not like,
I need to marry you right now.
I think a lot of people are just feeling the pressure like, if this person leaves, I don't know what I'll do. And although that's romantic in a certain sense, it maybe is a bigger question as to why you need that person. Because I think a really good marriage is like, I would love to have you around. I'm still a good person without you, but I'm even better with you. And hopefully if you feel that, then that would be the reason and maybe the day that you want to get married. Not as soon as you leave, I'm gonna crumble, okay?
I do see, a life where that's amazing. I just don't know if it's right now.
Nick.
So Nick and this girl, I think her name's Jessica. No, her name's Sandy. Just forgot for a sec. Actually, Nick is the one who's offering the ultimatum, and he's much older. I think he's 38 or 36, and she's like 27. So he's like, I'm ready now. I'm gonna get menopause if you don't marry me. And he's saying that, so it's pretty crazy. That's a big age difference, and I think there's a big maturity difference in that, but it's not the way you think it is. I'll leave it at that.
How does it make you feel?
Old.
Mariah.
Now let me take you to the 2 zombies off the cast. Both of them, I'm honestly not convinced have been in The Walking Dead, but not as extras, as coordinators for the actual zombies. They both seem sleepy, tired, and constantly dozing off. I don't know why. They also seem a little bit like brother and sister, which I've heard is a good thing in a relationship if you look like one, but if you are brother and sister, I've heard that's really bad. It's just a rumor.
I am 24. Even though I am young, I do know what I want.
Mariah is beautiful. I want to get to know her.
So for the first time, in between, we have one of the guys look at someone else. His name's Dave, and he looks at Mariah, the lady zombie, and is like,
Shit, she's hot.
and then you get a look at his girl, and they kind of look similar, so I guess that's sort of a compliment, I think.
Where you feel like you are doing everything to show someone that you're good enough.
You gave the ultimatum, yeah?
I did.
Why are you looking her up and down like that? He looks like a Gen Z because he's dressed, he's got a cauliflower head and he's got Jesus hanging down from his ear. You know he's a Gen Z. And Gen Z, like anything you ask them, they have to be like, I gotta be sexy. I gotta be sexy. That's all I have. Yeah, I issued her an ultimatum, but I'll issue you one right now. Is any of that sexy? I don't know. I'm a millennial.
Want to marry him. Just don't think right now is the best time. I'm like peak of my career right now. I just feel like if I were to do that, it'd be me having to do a lot of sacrificing.
So, Scotty, I just want to point out, like I left in the fact that Scotty's partner gave the greatest explanation for why she doesn't want to get with him. She said that she's happy where she is. They live in different cities. She doesn't feel like it's the right time. Her career is progressing and she wants to focus on that just a little more before committing. It's not that she doesn't want to marry him. It's that she doesn't want to do it right now because she's working on the career that will help with their marriage. Perfect explanation. They didn't even need to be on the show.
It'd be me having to do a lot of sacrificing to make him happy.
Maybe you've heard I did issue an ultimatum to Nick.
Okay, so now after everyone did that, we figure out how the show started. Vanessa decided to issue an ultimatum to Nick. So at this point, I'm Team Nick. I think everyone knows that, even though he does this with his hands, and I'm like, please close it. I like him. Vanessa, I don't get. I don't know what the ultimatum was, but she issued it to Nicholas, and then he had to leave Jessica Simpson for this thing. Sorry, love you guys.
We dated for 5 years.
I just want to encourage you all Don't let your past define your future.
Okay, I can see why she took that thing. All right, fucking philosopher over here said that. Don't let your past define your future.
And we sit up here, we don't have it figured out.
Oh, hell no.
We struggle all the time, you know.
We had a fight last night getting ready for here, but we had to clear the air.
So
What the hell just happened? I was listening to Nick talk about some weird, you don't have to have it all figured out, and then in the middle of that, he said, we fought last night, unprovoked. Now I'm seeing into your family life that I don't want to see into. Within 2 minutes, I've learned information that I never will use again. Vanessa gave the ultimatum to Nick. They keep having fights. It clearly doesn't seem to be working. I don't know, man. I don't know. This is not the ideal couple I think of when I'm like, I want to be like them. I don't even know who it is, but it's not these two.
but when you love each other, you believe in each other and you're aligned, these are real stakes.
And Netflix was like, say something inspirational. When you're aligned, the steaks go into your mouth. Prime rib, yeah, sirloin, amen, action. Is that good? I don't.
Tonight is your last night together as a couple.
You'll have 1 week to date freely with anyone in this room.
Oh, including you, Nicholas? How about Vanessa and you put yourselves into the mix since you're such a sure couple of yourselves, and if you choose each other, how about that? I mean, Vanessa already issued one ultimatum. How about she participates in the next? Shan't we say?
You'll move in together for a 3-week trial marriage.
I love Nick, but JR is hot.
Okay, so yeah, Sandy already peeped out JR. I mean, it's just the comment section of Instagram, so can you really believe it? But they say, don't let your girl train around in a trainer. That's a man. I don't know why you gotta have no self-respect for that, but okay. Also, can I just say that the premise of the show, breaking up and then finding someone else to be in a trial marriage for 3 weeks and thinking that can derail your relationship proves 2 things. 1, if that's even a possibility, fuck your relationship. 2, seriously, 3 weeks? 3 weeks? Come on. Imagine dating someone for like 2-3 years and you have 3 weeks with someone else and think they're better. Bro, these relationships suck. Because if they were strong enough, nobody would even get to the point where they're like,
We should apply for Nick and Vanessa Lachey show.
at that point, you already know the relationship is going downhill. There's nobody who gets on that and is like, sounds like a good idea. I think we'll get stronger from this. Okay, so it's the final night for all the original couples. People are starting to have doubts, starting to fight, things like that. You know, they know everybody might be sleeping around.
You're like, oh, but marriage. Whoa.
I don't go, oh, marriage. Like, that's not what I do.
I wish you did. I wish the dude was like, do you take this lady, a lady? And then I was like, whoa! And then she's like, do you take this guy, Suvi? It's great.
There's a very high likelihood that I connect with somebody. The girl who's sitting right across from us. I was like, that's really interesting.
Wow, Dave has no game. I guess congratulations for being so open that within the first day before you even talk to someone else, you're like, she's hot. Good for you, Dave. I hope that relationship works out.
I want you to love my fire.
Your fire directed towards your passions is a beautiful thing.
You're my passion.
No, I shouldn't be your hobby. I should be your husband.
Sandy and Nick have a conversation. Nick correctly says, you shouldn't be my hobby. You shouldn't want me to be your hobby. You should want me to be the husband. Good. I like it. I think you could do both. But yes, Sandy seems to be a little bit immature for Nick at this point. Things will certainly change. That 3-piece suit of his will be ripped off as he will come to be known as an artist. You'll see what I'm saying. Then we meet the 2 zombie couple.
Rush into marriage at a young age, and then here you are, mid-40s, married, and you're going, whoa, I never even took a moment for myself.
Do you see what I mean when I said thing? He's like, whoa. Oh, I know. What happened? That's him. He does that. That's crazy. I'm just saying.
And then all of a sudden you could be resenting me. That's where a midlife crisis happens. Yeah.
I'm gonna block him, so he can't reach out to me anyway.
Yep. And then Zaina blocks JR, so she's like, I really want this to be that. Now it becomes speed dating time, so everyone's going to talk to everyone, say things that their partners have never heard them say in years. To their face. Let's see who's got the most
Really like your outfit. What's your name?
Oh my gosh, I'm Vanessa.
When I was single, I was definitely very smooth, just a lot of humor.
No, you weren't. You look like a flapjack. You look like a lumberjack, but there's no lumber. You don't look jacked either, though. You just look like a tall goofball, and that hairline's not great. I'm sorry, I'm just saying.
I don't want to just be a girlfriend with a wife title.
So you get called wife by your ex.
Yes.
How'd that make you feel?
It's nice that he sees those wife-like characters.
At this point, everyone starts calling the people they've just dated their exes. They have to get used to the fact that this was my ex. But then everyone knows that after the 3 weeks they're gonna be back together. So it's kind of like a will they, won't they, but you already know exactly what happens in the movie. I don't know how like good it is to be like,
That's my ex. 3 weeks we'll be having sex.
okay, I guess, but that's not really how you feel. So it's kind of like not truthfully doing this experiment. I think there's a lot of holes in the general thing anyway. Also, everyone's dating next to each other, so you can see your ex being like, oh, so you're laughing with him, huh? Oh, so you're pulling her panties down, huh? Stuff like that. I don't know if that happens.
Characteristics.
Wait, what did she say?
Characteristics.
Characteristics. I got some of the best characteristics ever. I like that.
The more istics we add to it, the more character it brings.
Dave, he was honestly pretty funny.
Well, shoot my ass and call me Timmy. I did not think Dave had any game, but that girl who said characteristics was really infatuated by Dave's elite tier humor. But I kind of like how first impressions are like, man, that's a good looking girl, that's a good looking guy. She's like, man, Dave's so funny. His face allows me to focus on how funny he is. David.
JR.
JR, nice to meet you.
Green's my favorite color.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so the thing about JR is, initially I wanted to take a shot. I think I should take a shot. A mini shot. For every time that he says something stupid, but I'm at gym this year, so I don't know if I will. However, I do want to point out something. JR sounds like a TikTok girl. Every time I hear him talk, he's like,
Green's my favorite color. This is how you doing, Sandy.
he sounds like a weird TikTok girl. Just listen to him talk. I think you'll know what I mean.
Okay.
You look good. You have some beautiful eyes.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's really nice of you. Thank you. When did girls start doing that? Have they always done that? I don't know. I've not been in the game for a while. I can't wait to go on a date and hear, thank you. Okay.
Oh, you're the Scorpio,
Yeah,
right?
they can be established for both Scorpios.
Okay.
Female Scorpios to me are like different than male Scorpios.
Yeah.
This is what happens when like someone who's a trainer talks. Like if 90% of what you know is like first you lift the muscle, then you put it down, you do 8 reps, and then someone asks you any question about anything else. This is it. This is it. I heard you're a Scorpio. Male Scorpio is different to female Scorpio. Heard sex guy. Yeah. How do you feel about Trump? Yeah, is he a Scorpio?
One with the long curly hair. She caught my eye when she first walked in. What's some of your hobbies?
I would say
besides fashion, because when you first came in, I was like, okay.
Nice. Oh man, it's good. Some people have to have game. Other people just say things that go off the Neanderthal head, and then eventually it just comes out. What's your hobby? Besides fashion. He didn't even finish that sentence. If she didn't laugh, he'd be like, what's your hobby besides fashion? Because I can't understand.
Style is ridiculous. Superb.
I really appreciate that. That's so sweet.
Dana epitomizes the term wifey material.
Scotty's out here looking like a undernourished 90s R&B singer. His body type is meager. I think that would be a good way to describe it because he's got that beautiful broccoli head and that beard. He looks like he could sing a song. So Zaino's actually feeling him. And because he's very serious about his relationship, he issued the ultimatum. Zaino sees him as someone who's like partnership material.
So here we got my favorite scent, a spray behind my ear. Basically going for the hug.
We get another look at JR being JR.
And then I spray my balls.
Spray my balls is like a generational quote. I need that on the wall. I need that when I have a kid, I'll be like,
Spray my balls, son. My behind.
He also said I spray my behind. Just indicates to me JR is dating whoever. He's like, spray my balls for the ladies, spray my behind for the men. Let's see what we do. It's gonna be a party all around. 360 tonight, baby. Whoever wants it gets it. JR, very different man.
Yes, it can get kind of messy.
Now it's time for the cocktail party where everyone meets each other. They're all dressed up really elegantly, and usually someone fights here because it's the early days and at least one couple realizes,
I'm not cut out for this.
So I think that's gonna happen.
We're gonna whisper a question to anyone in this circle.
What is that game?
We flip a coin. If the coin lands on heads, whoever got asked the question has to say what the question was.
Okay, Scotty explained it. Apparently the game is you Flip a coin, tell someone a secret, and if the coin's flipped the wrong way, then that person tells the secret aloud. But if it's not, then it just stays a secret. But then if you don't want something bad to be said, you could just tell someone a secret that's what is this stupid ass game? Just play Truth or Dare, bro. You to add like 8 rules to the shit. That's a Gen Z game. First you flip a coin, but it has to be a coin from 1983 or more. Because if it's less, then that's like, you know, that's kind of politically not correct. And basically, once you take a coin, you take a note and then you shove the note up your ass so that if the coin is flipped in the right way, you can take the note up and go da-da-da-da-da-da. I got it. And that's how we play Tell a Secret.
Oh no. The person I had the least, wait, what was it?
Chemistry with.
I'd say Dave.
Lol, Dave catching strays. I knew he wasn't the shit. His highest connection was with that girl, and then she's like, I didn't even like him. I thought he was the waiter the whole time.
Ouch.
Externally.
Is she wearing a lingerie? She is wearing one. That's not, is that normal? Do people wear that shit outside? It just looks like something that you wear under something. All right, I'll stop wearing my underwear outside then.
I feel like, yeah, I'm pretty and whatever, but internally I feel so like weird and awkward.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Dave is being absolutely wrecked by other people. His partner is getting along fine with Nick. And this is the other Nick, not Lachey. This is Nick the Dick? I don't...
The initial impact that I've had from you, very much like let's...
fucking Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a lot to break down here. The girl whose name I forgot, it'll come back to me. She says she's homeschooled. Nick is like, yeah, me too. They high five. He says, oh. She says, man, that's like Rick Ross. And you can see in his eyes, he doesn't know who the fuck Rick Ross is. Because he's like, yeah, Rickolas Ross. He doesn't know what that is.
Say this to everybody.
And then she starts doing a weird voice because she's a caricature of a human being. You know how normal people be like, say words? She's like,
Are you doing this to everybody?
I don't know why doing weird chipmunk voice makes it seem like it's more okay. Just talk like a human being. We're humans. Imagine if you baby talked a random human on the street and you're gonna get slapped, right? Kind of like this for me.
How's it going?
It's going good. How are you feeling?
He does look like a waiter. He looks like an 80s mob boss, actually. Because he's wearing this random white shirt, white pants, like he's in Miami, you know, sniffing something every now and again. He does look like a mob boss. The way that he entered the scene too, the fact that he didn't go around the railing, he just went over it. It's very, you know, indicative of someone from the 80s. But he's clearly feeling the heat. He does not like the fact that his partner is talking to Nick and vibing. And all of a sudden, he's feeling threatened. Even though she issued him the ultimatum, he's now questioning whether he should even be on the show. Which is exactly what I said. It's more of a threat that you want to get married. It doesn't feel like that's a good reason to stay together. I just don't think that's good.
Dave feels like he's gotten a lot of answers out of this experience already, which is great, but it's week 1.
Yeah, Dave, she just got her bra out and started showing it around town, okay? Can you give the rest of us a chance? She's putting on her best outfit for people. She's trying to show her personalities. Sorry, her personalities. Can you just let her live? Thanks, Dave.
I can't do math very well, but it's like 7 more weeks.
Guys will kill for your legs. Like, we could trade calves.
We cut to JR again, talking to Sandy about her nice calf muscles, her baby cows. But in this particular sense, although JR usually is just being over-sexual for no reason, this is the one time he's looking at her calves and being like, damn, I wish I had your calf. Because she has big ones and he doesn't even have any leg muscles. It looks hilarious when you see them together. But for once, I'm like, yeah, damn. Those are very naturally big. And if you want to have big calf muscles, JR, start wearing heels. It's like doing calf raises for a whole day.
Abs, they're huge. In a good way. What's your favorite body part?
Probably my boobs.
It's like he's a 14-year-old boy.
I like my babes.
Really? I feel like I haven't seen them. Can I?
Like, take a look. I need my bitch, just put them in my fire.
I get closer to you?
Yeah.
I see that fire in her eyes, and I'm guarantee like passionate sex, not even a question.
Bro, it's been 1 days, okay? At least pretend like you're here to do anything other than sleep with people. Come on, dude. Like, you just broke up with your girlfriend. She issued you the ultimatum. This is about marriage. You've talked about sex with a random girl who you just know for like a day or two. Way too many times. You've talked about her calf muscles. You wanted to see her boot. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot, bro. You're coming on strong. You put cologne on your balls, okay? You know what I mean? Why are you putting cologne on your balls? You think something's gonna happen right now? Really? Oh, come on, dude.
You think we have cute kids?
What would you
Oh, you dick. I don't know what to say anymore.
say?
Sexy as hell.
You don't think?
Yeah. Cute ass mixed kids.
The kids are sexy. The kid. Get out. Get out. Get weird.
JR is spicy.
I like when people talk about other people like they're items from a McDonald's menu.
He's spicy. He's a mixed spicy. Ooh, I'd like to put my nuggets in my mouth. Oops. I only want to put my nuggets in his mouth.
It's gonna be a real bad day for both of them.
Scotty came hard. I hate to say it, but Scotty came. There's something there.
At the moment, Zaina and Scotty are feeling each other. Scotty is young. He's 25. Zaina, I think she's early 30s or something like that. 31. 30, but they are the first couple actually to hold hands, and it turns out, of all things, who would have thought? JR and Zaina are both very happy without being with each other, clearly, because they're so affectionate with their retrospective new partners. The hand-holding, of course, makes Arya, Scotty's original partner, feel very unsafe. Because, like I said, there's at least one couple who are like, I don't know if I can do this. And seeing the hand-holding makes her sort of cry, lose it, just not feel good. First she goes to the bathroom, then she confronts her boy, Scotty.
Arya, she's not a physical touch person.
And that bothers you?
Hell yeah. I want to know how you feel about a trial marriage.
I think we're...
At least these two are not talking about kids and their star signs and stuff. They are holding hands a lot. They're the first to establish the fact, do you want to start a trial marriage? Both of them say yes. And officially, Zaina and Scotty become a couple for the trial marriage.
Can I separate you guys? Like holding hands?
With who?
With her, like right in front of me.
With Zaina?
This is a weird time to lie, Scotty. At this point, Arya comes down and she's like, you were holding hands. And he's like, fuck. With who? With Zaina? I don't recall that situation. I think that you're seeing something that I'm not putting out.
I have never disrespected you.
You want to hold hands? Maybe I should go do that with JR and see how upset you get.
Don't come at me and do this.
Within 10 seconds, it goes from girl grieving out like some of her thoughts on the situation, how she doesn't like it. Then she gets a bit angry. She says, maybe I should do it with JR, which I don't even know why he's involved in this. And then Scotty just starts screaming. This is the thing, right? Scotty seems like a decent dude because he's dressed like an R&B singer. But just like every 90s R&B artist, there's something behind the scenes. Scotty's got problems. And him just randomly screaming in the room in front of everyone is a bit crazy to me. I don't know if I could like accept that. But he starts screaming at her and then she's like, okay, I'm out of here.
Stop coming at me like that.
I'm done.
What? Wait, come here.
I'm done.
Then he sits like he's The Weeknd on the show The Idol. Like he's like one of the boss battles. Like, I just showed that girl exactly who I am. And she leaves. And that's how episode 1 ends.
It's dating week. This accelerated experience is so hard.
Episode 2 starts with dating week. We're back to dating people. I thought we were already dating people, but apparently it's still the dating week.
Last year I did a bodybuilding competition. Dave wasn't a huge fan, but I did really like it.
Wow.
So I actually had to look her name up. Her name is Vanessa. Oh, so Nick and Vanessa. Like Nick and Vanessa from the thing, the Ultimatum, but like way worse. Okay, so her name's Vanessa. Vanessa and Nick are talking. This should go down in history. They should have made them work out. Is it working out? Good, great.
Are you okay with incense and sage and some hippie shit in the house?
Heck yeah.
Okay, cool.
Just don't give me cheese and we'll be good.
Well, if you fart, it's fine.
Vanessa and Nick are 2 artists. They like each other. He's wearing leopard print and he's apparently okay with that. That's good. He even comments about her farting, which is just, I love that. Let me tell you why that's disgusting after.
I probably think it's really cute.
I'm gonna kill you.
No, I think it's like really cute.
Really?
Yes, it's like humans.
Yeah, so is taking a shit, Dave. So is taking a shit. I just want to go on record and say that there's nothing wrong with it. It's weird if you're like going out of your way to pretend it doesn't happen, but like if someone like picks up their leg and they're like, ah shit, here it comes. I'll be a little bit like, damn, what the fuck is that? Okay? Because like there's certain things. There's like, you can do it in the box. That's kind of why we have that, right? I'm not saying go to the toilet to fart. That's hilarious. But like, come on. I don't agree. I just think that like there's certain bodily functions you can do more in private, okay? Jeez. You do everything in front of your partner. Yeah, I do everything. I'm changing my fucking diapers in front of my partner. I poo-poo myself right there.
It's like,
Dave actually gets really grossed out when I fart in front of him.
that's silly.
Have you ever dated a Jewish guy?
I have not.
All right. I might be wrong. I just like personally. Well, I don't do it. I hope that they don't. Like, I think it's a two-way street there. That's my personal opinion. But quickly, the moment was derailed by Dave's conversation with, I think her name is Chanel or Chantel. She says some raw things, man. He says, have you dated a Jewish person? And she says, no. And then she says this.
He would be my first Jew.
Is that okay for other people to say that? I think Jewish people just call themselves that. I don't know, man. This is like the N-word. It's like, you know, your homies, you say it.
Hey, my nigga. Man, who you calling nigga?
Chill out there, bro. Please. I don't know, man. When I heard it, I jumped back.
Would you feel hurt if you found out your ex got physical with somebody?
Yes. No, like I can't. That's a red flag.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it is, but coming on the show is the reddest of flags. You're right, though. I mean, unless this was a clear test of jokes or if you wanted to come on the show for a little bit of exposure, there's no other reason why you'd come on here and see yourself gaining anything from the show, because what is the actual point? At least on Love is Blind, you know at the end of the show, you can do everything that every other couple does on the season, break up, and if you're a good-looking girl, you just get some followers. If you're a decent-looking guy, you get some DMs. Good. Perfect. That's how everyone uses Love is Blind at this point. It's an experience so that you can get exposure. The ultimatum, I don't get. I really don't get. What is the point?
I just... First?
It's like, I have strong feelings for you.
Really?
All right.
Clearly, I should start drinking again. PSA, if you're a girl and you're like thinking it's cute to be like,
Really?
I don't know if in a random conversation out of nowhere that's as cute as it is creepy. I don't know, man. That was just tough to watch. Vanessa was not feeling like she had much attention, and then she pulled Nick aside. Now they're talking, and then she starts doing weird voices. So I love being a goofball, by the way. I think it's awesome. But gosh, that was cringy. What the fuck is going on there, bro? What is happening?
We're pushing through. Honestly, you were one of my best dates.
I had a really tough week.
You want to tell me about it?
It's about his hairline, isn't it? He looked in the mirror, he's like, tough week. I looked at the hairline. And all these people are like, have normal hair.
Don't cry. It's okay. You need to lead with trust in this process. You need to not worry about me.
I think it's because Dave doesn't think that he can get... If he actually was with that girl, the zombie girl, I don't think he would have even came to Vanessa. He would have been like, yes, sir. Now that he knows that some people think that he's mid, he's like, I really just want you because you are above me and I don't think that I can get anyone else here. I think there's a huge discrepancy, right? When sometimes you see people, and of course we don't know anyone's relationship, it's not, assuming it's not the thing, but sometimes people see other people as like, I know that you're way above me, and I feel like that never works in a relationship because you have to see your partner as equal. I know obviously there are certain ways you're like, wow, you're better at me than this, but you have to feel like both of you pull your own weight, because if you're constantly doing that, then that person doesn't have to mess up, and if you mess up even once, they might let you go. And I just think that's a very unfair playing field, and it seems to me like Dave sees Vanessa as like up there and he's down there, and he's like, damn, I thought I was up there, but everyone's telling me I'm down here, and I just want to marry you because I don't want the smoke. Ah, yes, Scotty's doing that Gen Z thing.
So what you drinking? Me? I drink a Diet Coke because I can't drink yet.
I'm in Gen Z. I'm the generation after Z. I'm Dragon Ball Super.
Just broke up like a week ago with our exes, but Sandy is fun and flirty. Calm down, Sandy.
He should voice SpongeBob. The way that he says Sandy is like way too animated. Sandy. I like it. I think he, like, for one episode, SpongeBob should be saying things like, damn, Sandy, nice calves. Oh, we would have great sex.
6 hours later.
Squidward, get out the way. Get your nose out. Wow, a big nose. Something else big there? Ah, okay. Sorry, Squid. I'm horny.
We vibe so well, and like I said, you make me like a better person. You got really nice lips.
Thank you.
What type of kisser are you?
Nice. This is it, bro. You get the personal trainer experience. This is what you're gonna have. Nice lips. Oh, so, like, what kind of kissing do you do? What is even the question? Are you a good kisser? No, I'm a fucking horrible kisser. I just put my ass on people's faces time to time, see if that works. What is the question here, brother?
I guess I'm more of like a lip kisser.
As opposed to what, though? Like, I kiss the dick, I lick the tit. What is it? What is it? What?
To like bite on lip, you like sloppy?
Yeah, like give me all that spit. Like, let me put my tongue down your throat.
Like, can you imagine there's big ass cameras? They're like, okay, say whatever you need to. He's like, let me put my tongue down your throat. I'm like a sloppy kisser. I do it down to dirty. Then he looks into the camera and he like shows his Instagram. JR.
I like to be pursued.
And they are the first couple, the first separated two people to make a kiss happen. They're doing the kiss-a-kiss. I don't even want to spoil it for you, but these two go obviously further than everyone else. I mean, it's been still on dating week. Nobody's even confirmed their relationship. This is not a good look for either of the couples. I just gotta say that. Do you think really that the couples of these two people are gonna be like, that's fine?
That was clean. That was PG.
Welcome to The Choice.
Okay, well, the next day it's The Choice, and everyone has to pick who they're with. Dave, I have no idea who he's going with. Everyone else seems to know. There's also Dave's partner's partner, who has not said a word this whole series.
I choose Zaina.
I choose you, Micah, to be my trial marriage partner.
The person I choose is Mariah.
Okay, Micah, that's his name. It's like the girl Micah from Love is Blind. They look the same even, a little bit, kind of.
I choose Dave.
I choose Chanel.
JR.
JR is very different than the person that I came here with.
Yeah, he's black and has braids in his hair, and he can't be non-sexual. And I think he has the IQ of a chipmunk. He's a bit different than your scrawny artist friend. So yeah, great observation there, Sandy.
JR, you ready to make your choice?
I kind of forgot that JR even was pursuing Arya, because every time he like met Sandy, he just started like giving her 10, 20 sensual compliments. And I feel like he couldn't do that with Arya because she was, you know, too professional with it. So he probably just was like, I don't know if this works. And he does exactly that. He's like, Arya's cool. She looks really nice, but I couldn't get through to her as easy. Here, Sandy. Crazy.
JR, who do you choose?
And that is how the episode ends.
I choose Sandy. I like how yesterday we were on the couch. I had told you to shut up. He responded, like, shut up, too. And we just looked at each other and laughed.
Tell me he's not a teenage girl, right? How do you say stuff like, shut up? And then she said,
shut up.
I love her. I mean, come on. He's a teenager.
And I was like, okay, this is like toxic, but it's non-toxic.
I choose.
What did I tell you? What did I fucking tell you? Someone give me money. Whoever took a bet out that he wasn't a girl, come on, man. It's like toxic, but like not. He talks like a TikTok girl who's 18 and pops her butt on camera every now and again for money. Anyway.
It's not about JR as an individual. Like, you have no idea like how long it took me to get her to open up.
In between, we interrupt this JR saying weird shit for Nick to start saying weird shit. Apparently he's not happy because Sandy never talked about his muscle mass and how toxic they were. So I guess he's now jealous of JR. Shouldn't have came to the show if you didn't want a wife swap, bro.
I understand that, and I'm sorry, Nick.
Vanessa.
Nick, I choose you.
I choose.
Just think about it, Nick. Probably gonna kiss that. It's kind of like you're kissing JR.
Yeah.
You might as well just reach across the table and give him a handy. Just do it. It's probably fun.
Who's Caleb? You will tackle difficult conversations that many people don't ever have, even after they get.
Oh yeah, also the zombie got chosen by Arya, Caleb. So that's good. That's good that the zombies aren't homeless.
Even after they get married. Then after 3 weeks, you will go through the exact same experience with the person you arrived here with.
Has anybody asked the question why they need the extra 3 weeks to go back to them? Besides for drama purposes, of course. Like, why would you actually go back? Like, you know what it's like. The reason they're on the show is because they didn't commit. Imagine like having someone for 3 weeks and then being like, and now it's you again. Only you slept with someone now, and I know about it because they filmed it. So I got evidence that you're a cheating bitch. Like, come on, Vanessa. This show feels like everyone on it is just set up for failure. Like Love is Blind, at least some people are. None of them are, but point is, this just sets you up for failure.
There were so many great men that I was like, oh, I really wish she's gonna connect with somebody that will like be something that she can grow from. To me, he's like the low-hanging fruit.
Really crazy talk to be like, man, there are so many great men here for my girlfriend to get with. Like, not JR though, he's a knucklehead. He's a lot of words I want to say, but cannot on camera. Oh, JR. More like, that's all he can say on camera. I know off camera, this dude was saying some stuff. He was saying, you don't call someone a knucklehead. Like, if an adult calls you a knucklehead, they've said many of the words that other people say in the deep, dirty stuff, so.
I love that we connected so much. Like, you're amazing.
Like, we are outcasts. We are weirdos. There's layers to that.
Okay, so Nick and Vanessa are trying to have like a conversation where they're trying to show each other that they're there for each other. There's a weird shot of her shoes. Man, those cameramen stay weird on this show, I gotta admit. And then it skips to JR, and if you think that has like a good connection with Sandy, he immediately goes to,
I'm gonna use these chains to chain you up for sexual purposes.
This man cannot think with anything other than his ding dong, which is just. Nick was right, but he shouldn't have been.
What? I'm gonna tie you to the bed with this?
These are not the.
You know, if she said that to him, there would be a lot of complaints. This would have been a very different show if she looked at those chains and she's like, look at that. Does that remind you of anything? That would have been like 2 years of Netflix apologizing for that. So I'm glad that he said it, but it's wrong.
But yo, your arms would fit in here though. Like,
Have you ever used sage?
no.
I could use a good cleanse, honestly.
Maybe cleanse my mind.
Asking a black person if they've ever used sage is like asking a white person if they've ever dunked. Not likely.
Because you in that dress.
So anyway, JR is trying to get Sandy cheeks in bed.
What time do you normally start your days?
I've been waking up around 6:30, so trying to keep that consistent.
Okay, cool.
We skip to Micah and that lady zombie whose name escapes me. Oh, God. It starts with a something. They're just not getting along. I mean, they are, but like they're being boring. And then Netflix starts playing that music to goof on them. So it feels like they're not really going to do too well.
Tonight is awkward. And with Chanel, it's never awkward. She's the person that I can't wait to see every day.
Then why are you on the show, bro? What are you doing here in a random zombie's house for? What are you even here for, dude? Why'd you come on the show? This dude, since he came on the show, has been like,
she's my best friend. I just cannot wait to see her.
What the hell are you doing here? This is crazy, bro. Did people go on Survivor and they're like, I'm lost? Or like go on American Idol and they're like, I can dance. Why are you on the show if you can't? What are you doing here, bro? Go home. Leave.
I really would hope like Scotty was sleeping on the couch.
Would it hurt you if you did sleep in the bed?
First day, yeah, I'd be like, damn.
Okay, so in between the time, a couple of the couples do couple stuff in bed. Some people are sleeping together, some people are not. Micah is probably not even sleeping.
I actually do have a white one in my bag that I packed.
Dang,
I should
okay.
have worn it.
You should have.
Sexy, yeah. We skip back to JR and Sandy, and JR is, as usual, hitting on her and her choice of clothing.
What does JR stand for?
And then she asks the pivotal question, the question that we all want to know. What the hell does JR stand for? Imagine kissing someone before you know their name. I'm sure some of you can. Sorry, but actually, what the fuck? She doesn't know what his name stood for. She was just like, I kissed JR. And they're like, who's JR? Jason Ramirez, probably. Would you just guess the name?
I'm like, I don't even know your last name.
John Richard.
Oh, his name's John.
John.
Why do you say that like that?
John.
My name's John Richard.
Your real name's John?
No, his fake name is John. His real name's fucking. Doesn't matter. The fact is, you just kissed him. You don't even know him, and you have a partner outside of here. Okay. His name is Just Cheated. Like.
Why are you so cold?
I run cold. Warm me up. Oh, that feels good.
So then Netflix tries to do some damage by insinuating that they get all spicy and heated up on the first night, and who knows? We don't actually see the clip. We just see the outside of a door and we hear some of the moments. So maybe, I don't know.
I keep my secret.
That night, randomly, three of the couples get up and all take a walk in the middle of the night. And everyone's thinking, what is going on? Because this normally does not happen, especially on the first night of this show. But in an unprecedented move, it turns out a lot of them just left. We'll get back to that later.
I went to get a coffee and I ran into Sandy, and she told me that her and JR, that they've already kissed.
Oh.
The next morning, Nicholas wakes up with Vanessa, and he's not feeling too well because he found out that JR and Sandy had kissed. He heard it through the grapevine, and he is not a happy camper.
I'm sad. I just need a minute right now.
I know.
I just need a minute.
Okay.
And I'm really sad.
Poor little guy. He's 38. It's on this show, you know. You know what I mean? It's not really the best place in your relationship if you're 38 and you're on the ultimatum. Like, that's a pretty tough position to be in, so... Also, you probably knew that was gonna happen. Come on, dude.
This has been one of the hardest days of my life, honestly.
Sorry, but I'm only human.
The sad music indicates that I should feel sad. Like, sometimes I watch this and I'm in a coma, and then the music comes on. I'm like, oh, yep, so I have to be sad for Nick. So that's very good. Nick is sad because a girl has kissed a guy, and he has not had, in 38 years, he's not had many harder days than when a girl has kissed a guy. Shows you how good his fucking life is.
Finding myself on the dark side.
Vanessa hugs him, and that is how the episode ends. Will Nick and Vanessa become a thing? We will never know. Oh, yes, we will. It's episode 4.
When I went out today, the first second I left the apartment, I ran into my ex at Starbucks.
That's a very white thing to say. I'm sorry. It's like, I run into my ex at Starbucks. Like, what are the chances? Like 90%. Like, come on.
He's still really upset. He thinks that we're just here to like fuck. He hasn't been able to sit down and talk to you even.
Right.
So he doesn't even know who you are.
You didn't know who he was. You thought his name was Jason Ramirez. Now you know his name is John Ramon?
John Richard.
Julius Randall? What?
What the? Going on?
So, like I said yesterday, people have left the building. Turns out 2 of the couples, Micah and Chantel, are completely gone. They've left the experience. Dave is left alone, and as it turns out, he's not the only one who left. Vanessa, Nick's partner, is also gone. So 2 of the couples within 1 day of the experiment decided they don't want to do it. Now, if this is not bad television programming, I don't know what is, because 2 of the couples are just left alone, and they just have to experience nothing for 3 weeks. I would call that a pretty shitty experience, to be honest.
From the mall, and Micah's not here. His stuff was gone, and the book he lent me was gone, so...
Vanessa packed up her things and left.
Earlier in the day, Dave, Vanessa, and Micah and Chanel secretly met off camera. That evening, surveillance cameras captured them packing. Is it really a surveillance camera if the dude's looking you in the eye as he leaves? He might as well have been like, see you, Netflix. Really?
I had a really great connection with Vanessa, but Vanessa got her stuff out and she's gone.
So I think that is really shitty, honestly. Like, I don't know what to say. The fact is that Mariah is just there alone now, and she has to live that experience alone, and so does Nick. And I think it's really shitty to be on a show where you partake, and there's not even supposed to be a chance of this. It's not like Love is Blind where it's like you might not find a connection. Everyone's supposed to swap partners and then swap spit. That's just how the show goes, okay? But apparently, Nick is not swapping anything. He might be swapping panties with himself if he has some, but that's it.
Now I'm alone, which is the exact opposite of what this experience is supposed to do. No one here is supposed to be alone.
Particularly like this guy. I think he's, I mean, you signed up for something and they gave you the complete opposite experience that you're supposed to go through. Now it's the worst position you can be in. Imagine being single and knowing that your ex is in like the vicinity with another man named Jason Ramirez.
No one here is supposed to be alone.
The cast was informed that Nick and Mariah are now alone in the experience. Imagine being alone and now your ex knows and she's with Jason Ramirez. You guys are gonna remember that.
I feel bad for Mariah that Micah left.
I'm pissed that Vanessa left. I lost a lot of respect for her. It really fucked up.
Bro, you kissed Jason Ramirez the first day you saw him, before his name was actually John. Come on. You lost respect for her? Come on. You can't say that.
Kyle married, and he's by himself, and we're not even supposed to be talking. It was just like a recipe for disaster.
Hey, you.
How are you?
So I thought this was gonna be like Love is Blind, where they just like, they're like, oh, there's the odd couple, they go together. Let's just see how they do in the experience. Maybe they'll get married just for the shits. But these two meet each other and they are complete, like it's cat and dog. They're not even close to matching. Even they know, they're like, fuck no, I'd rather be alone. That's how bad it is.
Taken off guard, Dave was really challenged in this, and she gave him the ultimatum. This is all for a reason, living with a guy that she's attracted to.
This has gotta be a nightmare for him. I know he's had dreams of going to bed as an artist, waking up, seeing his girl ride off with a Hulk-looking black man whose name has just 2 initials in it. And you just, all day, you're just guessing what the fuck that stands for. I know that's something that he thought about.
My fear is that JR gets to her heart. I'm scared.
Me using your spoon? Would you approve?
Yeah. See what I mean? At the same time, too, I think the thing that interests...
So, yes, in the meantime, by the way, Nick and Mariah are living their experience alone. They're living their truth. We have a few scenes of Arya and Caleb, and she's beginning to like his personality. He, again, just reminds me of Forrest Gump, but a little slower. Sorry.
The thing that interests me, like with you, is that you're very different to my ex.
Yeah?
Yeah. You have like this like calmness to you that I really appreciate.
That's what they call it, huh? You have this calmness. He's like, yeah, calm. He's just thinking slow.
And I feel like...
My ex uses the term blind faith a lot.
What does that mean?
That's when you stop praying to Jesus with a blindfold. Just see what happens.
Me reasoning behind why she feels like I'm the one for her. She just feels it.
I don't like blind faith.
It sounds super scary to me. Blind anything.
Stevie Wonder is the most scary thing in this man's life. He's like the boogeyman, but the only thing worse is the boogeyman who can't see either. Like, that's crazy. Caleb's worst fear is someone not being able to see him.
I just worried Mariah was left alone throughout this because Micah left. I did want to ask, when did your parents separate?
Ooh, weird question to ask in a park after. Whoa, okay, buddy. He had that one loaded in the chamber there. I wanted to ask you something. When was your first period and how was it? And can I see? What are you doing?
I was a freshman in college.
Whoa.
Oh, he's falling asleep, dude. Caleb's one of those people you have to bring out the snaps for it. Caleb's one of those where you're like, hey. All right, as I was saying, come on.
Do it.
Yeah.
Looking good, girl.
I think he's a zombie. I like him. He's a cool dude. I actually like him. I think he's very rational and probably one of the most solid dudes in this thing. That's not saying a lot. Man, those eyelids are heavy.
Good girl. We're too hot together. They ain't ready for us. Start a game. Yo, we got to bet on something.
Okay, so we go back to Sandy and JR. JR is again hitting on Sandy in all the time that he has left. This is like someone is like, bro, you only have 3 weeks, make it count, do it fast. And he's like, I'm gonna hit on her every chance I get. Now they go bowling and he's like, if I win, you have to wear this sexy outfit. And then she's like, if I win, you just give me a hug. Or like she says something very innocent. And now it feels like, although she started off almost reciprocating, she's actually kind of more...
Not as crazy.
Okay. If I win, make me dinner.
That's kind of like a wholesome thing, right? If I win, make me dinner. I like it. And then he says, if I win,
you have to wear one of my shirts to bed. Nothing else, just my shirt.
You just wear my shirt and your pussy hangs out. Just do it, Nike. Just do it. I never even played bowling. Is it like basketball? Can I bounce the ball onto the pins? Just spread your ass cheeks. All right.
What if we go out to dinner?
You know, he lost. Like, he bowled a gutter bowl, but then he also slapped her ass cheek. So, did he win or lose? I don't know, man. I don't know. If Nick sees this, he might actually turn into an evil supervillain. I feel like we should hide this footage from him.
go out to dinner. What if, like, we're gonna share everything?
No, I'm not sharing. Does that ruin the mood for you?
Yes. I'm gonna be Sahara Desert.
You're gonna be what?
I can't believe that he doesn't know what that means. I can't believe that he doesn't get that. But how do you guys feel about sharing food? I feel like if you're on a date with someone, you should be willing to share food because it's food. Everyone should be able to want to eat. I don't know, man. Unless the person guzzles everything off my plate and their plate, I'm pretty okay with like sharing. This dude really has some very set boundaries. He's like, food is mine, sex is ours. That's his very JR. Yes, right.
That Sandy didn't want to leave because of Nick. It's by himself.
I know you're an emotional person.
How you know that?
My ex and I are extremely compatible.
I love this, man. That is an appropriate reaction when someone asks you a question. How you know that? Yeah. Did that answer your question? I want to be on a fly on the wall when a Gen Z goes in place of business and they're like, why should I hire you? And they're like, no. And then the guy's like, oh my God, get out. Just get out. You're only going to be an intern here. And even that's too hard for you. Get out.
I also think you and I are extremely compatible.
You're showing up. Trial husband.
He did the same thing. I think we figured out that they use the same clip because I don't think someone's that brain dead that every time someone says a compliment, they're like, obligatory. I'm sorry that your wife died. Oh, but you look good. You know, come on.
Basketball shorts with this hoodie. Looking rough. Do you want anything to drink? I'm going with energy drink right now because
who sponsors their fucking thing? Why do they have those cups like every series? Does Netflix have a deal with like stainless steel in general? Like someone from the company was like, yes, you can make this series, but only if you make our cups like pop. Everyone wants to buy stainless steel cups. Imagine going to someone's house and they're like, would you like wine in a stainless steel cup? And you're like, no, I'd like it in a flask, you idiot. Fucking hell. Could they not get regular glasses in the show? It's been series and everyone has gold or silver cups. And you just cannot tell what's in it. Is everyone drinking? Like they're hardcore alcoholics, that's just vodka? Everyone just needs a hard drink to get through the show? I just need to know.
Are you somebody that needs to get the last word? I think Scotty is, but I'm not someone that needs the last word. They not talking to you for a while.
Yeah, I'm the guy who's like just dead quiet.
Dead quiet, huh? He's giving us clues that he died years ago. I think he's a zombie. He's giving us clues. Nobody says dead quiet. They just say quiet. This guy's like, man, I am dead asleep. I am knocked out. I just had a food coma. I'm not here right now. I am actually a literal zombie. He's giving us clues.
It'd be a special meal for my baby.
So I've always felt a desire to be with someone similar to me. Always kind of date the opposite.
Is he similar? He's a black man. Is she also a black man? What are they talking about? Anyway, it seems like she won, by the way, because they're making dinner. So she's luckily avoided that thing with a shirt on and no other clothes. Unfortunately, something bad happens. Her ex, Nick, shows up and he suddenly knows where they're living. So he went from trial marriage to stalker. I think that's about how these things go.
Speaking of which, your ex.
Oh my God, no.
Now comes the greatest scene in Ultimatum history. I've watched 3 seasons. I've never seen a moment as pretentious as this. Nick said he was an artist, and then when I saw what he did, I was just like, wow. They have him being heartbroken and painting, and they filmed it, and it's just so... It's Starbucks.
This experience threw me through a wave of emotions that I never anticipated. I'm an artist, so, you know, I express a lot of emotions in my work.
I'm an artist, if that's art. I've done that before. They told me to get out of the store every time. I was like, wow, you don't... I'm like Basquiat +1. I can do that. You can do... Look, if you have arms, you can do that. Even if you don't, you can use your fucking mouth though. You can do it. If this is art, bro, we all got careers.
Makes the brush strokes more intense and deeper because I'm feeling so much. Like I can even feel my hands shaking when I'm painting.
When I swipe down on Instagram because I don't like content, that's what just same shit. Same, he just has a brush. Oh my God, I've been doing it wrong. I want to stop painting.
We're also here to figure out how we can get better within ourselves so that we can show up.
That was the worst painting I've seen. I'm sorry, man. I appreciate that he's an artist. Good on him. I know there's people who are like really hot, like they're into art. They're like, oh my God, the depression. Yeah, if I want depression, I just walk outside. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Hope your basketball's on point today.
Anyway, we skip to Scotty and Zaina, who are actually having the best run. They're probably the couple that actually gets along the best. And it turns out, not only that, Zaina is like Steph Curry or something, because she cannot miss when she takes a shot. And Scotty looks like he has bent, broken knees, maybe a broken face or something. His jump shot is broken. He's not the only thing broken. That is an ugly jump shot. I don't think there's much more embarrassing things in the world than your girl shooting way better than you at basketball and you're like this dude who looks like you gotta stick up your ass when you take a jump shot. That's crazy, bro. Gen Z, huh?
Person who makes it gets to ask a question.
Be asking a lot of questions. Let's go.
If there's one thing you could go back in time and change.
So then they play a game like a truth or dare. It's like sort of horse. If you make the shot, you get to ask any question. They have to answer it. Scotty has 0 chance because his jump shot is uglier. A really ugly guy. Thought about that for a while.
What would it be?
I got a speeding ticket. That night, I went to the gym and he said, love you. And I didn't say it back. And the next morning, he passed away.
That is really sad. But if I had a time machine, I would stop World War II because I actually care about the people. You just care about one person. You're a bitch. Sorry.
He passed away.
Your father planted a seed inside of you.
Don't say it like that, please, ma'am. What the fuck, bro? Never say it like that again.
That one day he knew would grow.
Don't stop saying these. Just chill with that. Your father might be dead, but he's always in you. Please stop, please. Fuck.
And he's looking down.
He's looking down. You're looking up at him. Whenever you look, you're always on your knees, just looking up. Daddy. That's just how it is. He might be dead, but you can feel him inside you still. That's dad.
So proud of the man that you've become. Thanks for sharing that.
Crazy.
I got that just for you.
That's cute.
Not the widow's peak.
Meanwhile, Caleb, out of nowhere, is suddenly connecting with Arya, and they're forming a connection. And he is both alive and well.
Why do I look like a vampire?
Last time he said he was dead quiet. This time he said, why do I feel like a vampire? How many more clues do you want from him that he has been dead for many years and at some point is going to take over the world? I feel like we should all keep an eye on Caleb.
You have given me the presence of knowing that there's like men like you that exist.
But they don't, though, because he's dead. Remember that. He's dead. He's not alive because he's a vampire and dead. He's dead, though.
I see JR in a different light than I think most people because he has this hard shell, but that's him protecting himself.
So Sandy, JR are by the pool, and Sandy's talking about how JR has a great personality while he picks her up and almost puts boobies in his face. It's really showcasing his personality and how good it is.
But I think that there is so much hurt from his past marriage. He just needs to let some of his walls down because I love him.
I love you. I love you like I like Starbucks. You're my Starbucks. You're my latte. Cinnamon.
Not like that, but
I know.
I want you in my space.
It's cute. I like it.
And then they share more kisses, which should make Nick do the worst thing known to man, paint more art. So thanks a lot, JR. There's more art being painted in the California region because of you. Yeah, I hope you can sleep well at night knowing that.
Call me honey.
Oh, there's another kiss. That's 2 more artworks by Nick. How do you feel about that? People are dying, okay? Can you stop, please?
Give me something.
Okay, he's gonna open a store now, and people are gonna walk past it and then get depressed. Is that how you want life to be? It's called depressing art, and all of it is way too expensive. It just says, you can't afford this, don't even try. That's, oh God, JR.
I mean, like, what do you taste?
That night, JR and Sandy go to bed and he closes the door and they insinuate that they, because they kissed a lot and they were in the jacuzzi, you'd think that they're... That's how the episode ends. You think what you want. Next episode, episode 5. Nick is just living his life. Hopefully nobody's told him about what happened. Otherwise, he might threaten to paint.
It's been a brutal couple weeks for sure. I can't imagine how this can get much worse unless, I don't know,
I love when people do that. It's been a brutal week for sure, and he's like shopping for clothes. I don't know how I'll get over it. I don't know how. $39.95. Maybe that's how. I don't know what will happen to me. I'll have a large latte. I don't know how I'll ever survive. Yeah, make it a venti.
I get hit by lightning or something.
Expectations surrounding social media and a marriage. I think the female could post, but the male shouldn't be obligated to.
All right, Einstein. Let's one of these for you. Another great JRism. I think the female should post, but the male doesn't have to. I'm JR. More like Bayar.
Is it because you found out your ex-wife was cheating because you went through her phone?
Yeah, I don't want to share phone passwords. Like, I don't want to know what's in your phone.
Yes, because that will stop the cheating entirely if you... That's good logical thoughts by JR. You know, Albert Einstein gave his hair to JR. Another great JRism. Don't look it up. Just love that logic. I get that he's been hurt, by the way. It's very sad, and it's never nice to get shitted on.
That's right. Get it nice and clean.
But, man, I don't know what this weird ass, like, if I post the girl, then people might contact her. If the girl posts the guy, people might contact you. It's sort of the same thing. I just feel like if you're gonna do stuff, it's just easier to just be equal. If you're gonna do something, you allow someone else to do it. If you're not, then don't. That's pretty easy at this point.
Because I don't want to see what you're doing behind closed doors.
Yeah, we each came in here with our partner and we had to break up immediately.
So now they do the thing where it's sort of like Love is Blind, where they get too comfortable with the family and friends. And at this point, Zaina is taking Broccoli Head, forget his name, to meet her friends. And she's like, maybe I'm gonna leave JR for this thing. It's a bit too fast because it's only been, you get 3 weeks with the person. And within the 3 weeks, you're meeting friends being like, I think this is the one, guys. I know my ex is on the other side of that wall, but me and Scotty over here, we played basketball once. And his father, he's not around. His father put his seed inside him. Don't ask, just trust me.
It was a hot day. I had my date with Zaina, and then it became a hotter day.
I love JR. If JR were to ask me tomorrow, the answer would be no.
So Zaina is already having second thoughts about her marriage with JR, being Scotty just for a week, and saying 1 or 2 smooth lines, licking his lip. Has got her questioning her whole years of a relationship with JR. That doesn't bode too well. Meanwhile, Arya and Caleb are having a great time playing Chubby Bunny.
Chubby Bunny. This is such a crackhead game.
It's a crackhead game, but also if you play it around the poor African children who just need water, might I remind you, you're being a dick to them. So whenever you think about playing Chubby Bunny, think about the children. I like ruining things.
Game.
Like, how are you gonna hold it? Yeah.
Are you good at it? There you go.
Finally, they hold hands, and Caleb is moving at the fastest he's ever moved in his life. This is like being married, and it's great.
Off the bat, I was like super attracted to him. Physical attraction came after.
So what do you do?
I'm an entrepreneur. I have my own fitness business.
So he's unemployed, huh? JR is now meeting the family of Sandy's because it's at this point now. It's been a week. Everyone's played bowling. They've had dinner together. It's about time you meet the family. It's serious. And everyone's happy to meet JR. In fact, the girls are going crazy, saying nonsensical things like this.
Check out these. My mom's not even checking you out.
Yeah, I felt that when I, got a little rough.
Man, this must be what it feels like to look at Nick's art. What the fuck?
I think it was like love at first sight when I seen her walk.
He's grounded and stable.
Nice to see somebody that's actually willing to pull some weight.
Yeah, so there's shots fired at Nick because it turns out that Sandy's friends don't like Nick. Now, I gotta say something about friends, right? I said this before, but like, you want your friends to be an extension of you, same as like your partner, to a degree. You can't control your friends, that's fine. It makes sense, like the company you keep is kind of who you become in a sense. So if you keep these friends who are really shitty, telling you should be single, you deserve better every time you get into a single fight, then it's like, at what point do you realize they're not part of your relationship and they don't really care about your well-being, they just care about saying things and hearing themselves? I feel like I've heard that, seen that a lot, been part of it. I've had girlfriends with really icky friends, let's just be honest. And I don't think it's a good thing. And for one, I love my friends because they don't ever take sides. Most of the time, they call me the dickhead, which I love. But the point is, having good friends actually makes all the difference. And now the fact is, if they go back and Sandy's with Nick, they have to be like, oh, you're cool too. And really actually just pretend to like him, which is not good, man. You want your friends to like your partner. You do.
Such a strong person. That's what I appreciate about him.
I don't give a fuck. Look at this. He's feeling her like a chicken wing at KFC. Honestly, I bought KFC today. I'm not even joking. That's how I was feeling up the chicken. I was ready to eat it.
About her.
You can go really deep, like, and I need that.
Oh my God. Jesus. Just in the middle of Whole Foods, huh? You can go really deep. I need that. Nick cannot go deep. The only thing long is his paintbrush.
About maybe walking away together, like as a couple.
I found out JR had met Sandy's mom, and that rocked me
So, in the middle of all this, and maybe even unlawfully so, Nick somehow gets the insider info that Sandy has taken JR to meet with the parents. And this absolutely drives him wild. Now, there's two things happening here. Firstly, yeah, I actually agree with Nick. It's kind of a bit fast. However, at the same time, what is this dude doing? How is he getting this information? Is the Nick Lachey texting him? He's like, hey, Nick, because your name's Nick, I'll give you the information. Your girl is with that guy, that JR guy. Don't tell I said bye. Like, what's happening? How does he know?
I came into this experience very sure of myself. I'm just experiencing what it's like to sit in your own stuff.
Oh my God. You know, I should have known. I should have known this dude couldn't handle it by the fact that his jeans are ripped in 2024 or 2025. I should have known he's an emotional man, you know? Just sitting down and being like, oh my God. Like, it's socially acceptable when you lose a family member or are taking a shit. Those are the two times you can sit down and say the words, oh my God, like that. That's it. Everything else is not acceptable.
At the same time, we knew what we're signing up for.
Why are you punishing me? I've done literally nothing wrong.
Because you're blowing me up.
So Nick is playing the victim complex here. He's like, why are you doing this to me? Why is this happening to me? Oh Lord, what is going on? He's acting sort of childish. Can't say I've seen a 38-year-old act in such a way. I don't know if it's the right thing. I don't think Sandy's doing like great things, but I don't know if this is the correct way. But it doesn't end there.
If you're over me, there's no reason for me to stay.
I have to sit with the feeling of being threatened in this whole experience.
That's what the painting turned into. Man, no wonder Caleb's afraid of blind people. They can paint like that.
Because JR is the biggest threat to me. Just a lot of fucking feeling.
Oh my God, I'm done.
That's the same thing that happens when I stub my toe and I'm walking. This is the same, like, or Goku when he's turning into Super Saiyan. This dude lost his lady and he turned into that. That's 38, by the way, guys. It gets worse. He decides that he's not gonna let Sandy go. He's gonna fight for her. And he goes all the way over to her house and he's like, I wanna talk to you, Sandy.
Sandy?
Okay, we're not doing this.
You don't know my girl. You don't know me. Why did this? Oh, really? Shit. Just not funny, man.
Okay, weird conversation happens when JR opens the door and these two have a clash. Just timely. Of course, they're not filming this scene. I don't understand why they wouldn't put the cameras there now. They know that this dude's going everywhere. They're mic'd up. They have a conversation at the door, each of them telling each other how they're not funny, seeing who could be the worst comedian. Both of them lose.
Want to block him? Why? Oh my God. Oh my fucking God.
This is the same way I react when my parents took away my Xbox.
Why?
After I got grounded for not getting good grades. Oh my God, what is happening? That's exactly, I just started turning into Green Day. I did that too. I just slammed the door. Oh my God, and then slammed the door. And they're like, that's another 2 weeks, mister. Then I just started singing Green Day. That I never did. This is a bridge too far for me. Never did that shit. Even as a teenager, I held that one in.
And my loyalty is to Mariah. Didn't anticipate having an emotional connection with Arya.
We should do something out of the house. What about cryotherapy? Have you?
So everything's going well. Caleb and Arya are getting along, and Scotty and Zaina, probably the best couple, now are facing their first fight. And I'll tell you what, it's a Gen Z fight. It's a fight over nothing. Scotty's like, let's do cryotherapy, which is something I feel like Gen Z people say. They're just like, let's do let's do therapy. That's a fun mix. That's fun. And then she's a millennial, so she's like, no, that costs money. And then they have a fight.
Have you done cryotherapy before?
That's something I don't enjoy fundamentally. I mean, I could research cryotherapy. I'm sure there's a ton of benefits.
Cryotherapy is when you go to the Nile to do therapy because you're in denial, and they're like, well, you need to be in the Nile. And then everyone laughs and they hug each other, and then you go back home.
It's just not something I'm like, oh my God, that's something relaxing.
If you don't want to get taken out, just say that. We might have slightly different definitions of fun.
Yeah, bro. Cryotherapy doesn't sound like fun, bro. Like, imagine, that's crazy, bro. This is a Gen Z thing. It's gotta be a Gen Z thing. It's gotta be something that I just don't understand. Where someone's like, oh man, finally, me and my shorty going to therapy. Whoa, what it do? Subscribe. Join me on TikTok where I dance and my therapist says, you're a lost cause. Ugh.
What does 32-year-old fun look like?
Okay, let's not put an age with fun.
I'll tell you, sleeping, brother. Sleeping, having a nap time. You lay on top of me, I lay on top of you, we play the whale game. Who's beached first?
Turn down 2 ideas doesn't mean that it was some sort of rejection.
Did you eat without me?
I figured you ate without me.
You figured wrong.
That was the hardest figured wrong I've ever... You ate without me? Yeah. Figured this. Figure that out. You hit that figure really hard, man. How many figures do you make, huh? Yeah, I make 3 figures a year, bro. I'm rich.
It changed the tone of the whole conversation. I'm just really confused by this.
Scotty's got issues, by the way. Like, he's known her for 2 weeks, and he's like, you figured wrong. Clean up after my mess. My name's Scotty.
Last conversation.
This is just not what I was looking for in a trial wife.
Morning.
Someone that just eats without me.
This is not what I was looking for in a wife, someone who eats. If you want to eat, go somewhere else, okay? Don't do things like eat. Don't eat. Bitch, stay thin. They have an obligatory random scene where they're like doing punching as if these two are gonna meet their like partners and then like give them the beat down. So I don't understand what is happening here. This has nothing to do with the ultimatum.
Definitely feel better now. I put JR's face right there.
Oh, okay. It's not their partners. It's who their partners are with. I got it. Can I just say something? Being a 38-year-old wearing your hat backwards as a cool white guy, probably the weirdest. I mean, come on. You're bringing back the 90s, huh? Unless you're the Backstreet Boys, I don't know if this is socially acceptable.
And I was like, boom. Like, I went into like a full-blown tailspin.
No, it's the optics on it look really bad. You're a 38 white guy. You got your hat on backwards. You're talking about beating up black man named JR. I don't know, man. I don't know.
And like I went to their door.
What?
And, yeah. JR's like standing in front of her, talking shit to me as if it's like his chick.
I could imagine that he actually said that when JR was there. He's like, oh, I forgot how tall you were. Oh. All right, I need 3 more kickboxing lessons. Also, I gotta stretch. I'm old.
Emotions cooking up over the last couple weeks. I feel like JR and I have connected.
Turn that out at me. It's too damn sexy.
So yes, JR is again commenting on Sandy's sexiness, and they're having ladies' night out while simultaneously the guys are having guys' night, which will be awkward since JR and Nick had that fight, and then Nick did the brrr, and then many other things. So we'll see how that goes, because I think it's gonna be juicy.
Of your experience. Like Nick is...
I really, truly wanted to help him, and he's poured himself into art, which I've seen, but it's almost still escaping.
That's the coolest way of saying your art is shit that I've ever seen in my life. He's poured himself into art, which I have seen. And anyway, I don't think he's doing well. That's the funniest. I have seen your art. And then like just stop talking about it. I like it.
Or just a means to distract himself.
His art got left on scene, just like all of my exes.
I'm sorry, but what?
Now that I've gotten to know him, do I think that he would make for a good husband? I don't think so. I'm so sorry.
Damn, bro, I did not see that coming because the person that was like supposed to be on Nick's side and also is in the same position, she also is like, I don't think he's a good husband. That's crazy betrayal. It's not even betrayal. She's just being honest. But I think Nick has been so fixated on JR and the wrong part of marriage that it's pretty hard to see that he's a good guy. And I don't even know if he is at this point. So it's kind of crazy. Anyway, we go to the guys' night. Let's see what they do.
How you doing, bro? Very sorry.
Huh?
I'm very sorry.
Okay. We can talk about it.
Okay. I really am. And man, I made a big mistake.
Ooh, did you see that handshake? That was a little dame handshake. It's not one of these. It's one of the... Sorry, bro.
Like, this is probably one of the biggest tests of my life emotionally.
Yeah.
And like, dude, I've never cried this much in my entire life. I've never been this spun out. I've never seen this version of...
It's a white thing to do. First conversation. Sorry, dude. I never cried this much. No, I know what's happening. I think I'm on my period. It's really crazy to just say that. This is really like old, maybe toxic masculinity, but at some point it's like, man the fuck up, just a little bit. Like, you know what I mean? Of course you can cry. Of course you can feel like this. But it's like a little much for a little. I just think he's doing a lot for a little here.
I want to ask you why. Is it because she chose me? Maybe I'm seeing things one side. One time I talked to you was when you came up to the apartment. I asked him to talk to Sandy. I'm like, what the fuck?
He's just not acting in the correct way. I think it's valid to feel some crazy emotions. I feel like he's been given a really bad hand in this situation. He doesn't even have a partner to vent to. It's not a good situation to be. And clearly, Mariah is like emotionally definitely more adept at handling the situation. So it's not good. Not everyone's equal. But at the same time, this dude is knocking on her door, calling her at all hours, just making her not want to be around him, putting her in like very awkward position. I don't feel like that's a good thing to do. When you're 38, I feel like you should know better. I'm just saying.
Came into our space to pull her out and talk to her about God knows what. I didn't even know you knew where we lived.
Yeah.
So this is disrespectful.
In between videos, sometimes I take a little sabbatical. You know, it's tough being someone who has to watch this crap with his eyes. I have to clean it up most times. I took a nice break, forgot about JR. He came back. I was like, ugh. And I saw the other guy, the ARC guy. I was like, ugh. Back to this, huh?
This is the person that I thought I was gonna spend the rest of my life with. And she looked at you in a way that she used to look at me.
Like I was a black man with braids. That's how she used to look at me. And then she realized that I'm a white man who's 55 years old and paints black things. One of those sides where you have to scream.
Between us, other than we are trying to get the most out of this experience for one another, genuinely. We're not like hooking up.
I feel weird sometimes thinking about the fact that I know these people are being like mic'd up and stuff and then pretending to have conversations that are supposed to be private. Because it's like, once the camera's on and you have like a big fat camera on your face, then it's like, don't tell anyone I said this. JR is stupid. It's like, oh, everyone knows that's gonna be brought up. So I don't know, man. Like, 'cause every now and again, I'm like, someone's playing this up. But it is hard to believe that half these people really exist. Anyway, Sandy's telling her man's ex-girl about her, so that's good.
As soon as a woman gets a ring, they change up.
But like, that's because he had one experience with that and he will hold it with him till the day he dies.
Yes, therapy, the reckoning. This is basically what that is. Someone who knows or is like a little bit more involved with JR. This feels like a new form of therapy where the therapist has sex with your partner and then is like, here's what the problem is. You are being a bitch.
Oh my God.
And maybe if you leave him and give him space with me for 5 years, maybe things will be better. I don't know. And also, you owe me $200 an hour for that. This feels like what this is, like for therapy. I don't know. Do you think Vanessa would let Nicholas go back on the ultimatum? Because I think he should volunteer himself for one of these episodes. Just see what happens. I don't know.
Wondering, like, how is Caleb and Arya doing?
You got a good one, man.
Not catching no feelings for her?
It's just a friendship.
So in between JR and Nick's tumultuous whatever that is, we also have Caleb the zombie being questioned by Scotty, who's Arya's original partner. And Caleb says nothing's going on, but Scotty immediately catches on because he's like, damn, my girlfriend is hot. She's like way too hot for me. And sure enough, hotter for a dead person. So I don't buy that. And I think he's right.
Being real, like, I do not feel like there's been any heterosexual male that has met Arya only wants to be Arya's friend.
Yeah, okay. I mean, like, that's good, I guess. Scotty has his own theories, and I think for what it looks like, he might be right. But I don't know what's going to happen between Caleb and things, because Caleb seems to be downplaying it, and that's not really good for his partner, because Arya seems to want to tell her.
That Caleb, I think he's funny and he thinks I'm funny.
I think she'll see there is some type of connection, him not being honest to her now.
Yeah, the complete juxtaposition happens. Arya tells Mariah that, like, her and Caleb are developing something and it's a bit different. Scotty's like, hey, I don't believe it. And I don't know what the best course of action is, because I've never been in a position where my girlfriend is now my ex.
Here it comes.
Some random girl is the person I'm sleeping with, but I'm
talking about my ex to the random girl's pie.
A few moments later.
Because that, to me, feels like a nightmare. But these people willingly did that, so I don't know, man. I don't know what you do in that position. Honestly, for me, half the time I'm like, oh, look, and then run.
What Zaina really needs is emotional vulnerability. Context of what we're doing has nothing to do with my feeling.
Man, I can tell this man is such a Gen Z by the fact that he says 1 minute of talking and you can extract maybe 2 seconds. It's like dank orange. You squeeze it for hours and one drop comes out. I don't know what this dude said, but none of it seemed to make enough sense until the end. I'm sure he was cooking in his head, but like, God, only time I was like, man, JR is 32, this dude's 25. He doesn't even have his own relationship sorted out, and he's like, what you got on your hands is a girl, and you need to treat her right, bro. Like, you know, build a business, just start a company. It's like all this random shit he heard on Instagram 10 minutes before having this conversation. I feel like a lot of Gen Z people just do that.
What?
So you sure? There's rumors going around saying that I was only here for a hall pass.
Why do you think those rumors came from me?
The middle of two bros having a bro talk. One bro breaks the bro code by saying the other bro issued the bro a whole pass. It's a sad state of events because Scotty is probably one of the hardest arguers I've ever seen someone argue. Like, you can do anything, and he even like the way he said it, he's like, "What? You question me? Oh, you plebe?"
Scotty said that. No, I didn't hear it from Sandy.
Okay.
You see people in the gym, you see people out and about.
What did you hear?
Told me.
You heard it from Zaina?
You're saying that's not.
Hold up, this is random people at the gym that he's asking. He's like, "Have you heard about Scotty?" Everyone's like, "Damn, bro, I'm trying to do my workout. Can you please stop asking about? I don't know who Scotty is, dude." So yeah, Scotty said that about Zaina. People are like, "Bro, is this a serious? What are you doing? Why do you have so many cameras in the gym?"
You're saying that's not true?
It's absolutely not true.
In her head, so that she opens up more to you know what I'm saying?
You really think that
it's very manipulative.
So yes, JR has a hunch that someone says that he's here for a hole pass. Anybody who doesn't know, a hole pass is what happens when the kids can go to the hole. It also means a sexual pass in which you can have sex with someone and your partner doesn't mind. There's a movie made about it. It's called Hole Pass. It's a really bad movie. Don't watch it.
I'm trying to tell you.
You don't even know what's going on between me and saying that we have a real connection.
Does that mean you're sleeping together?
Like in the same bed, yeah.
Nice. I like that. That's good. JR, nice. You know, if you're not sleeping together, it would have been less incriminating to say no. But if you are, then this is the way to go. Sure. Go ahead.
No, everyone's doing that, right?
I don't think that's what he's asking.
That's not what I'm asking.
Anyway, that whole conversation happens. Everyone's angry at everyone for every reason. It just shows the testosterone of guys. And also, weirdly enough, like normally guys will confront each other and be like, "Did you say this?" Everyone over here is like, "I heard rumors that someone said this about me." Has anybody here heard something? It just feels like very different type of thing that I'm used to. But okay, everyone had a weird interaction at the guys' night out. Scotty comes home and he is mad because Scotty brings home his anger with him, which just leads me to believe he is not a great guy, because for whatever reason he is just one of those people who gets angry at another situation and then will channel it out on his girl, which is just like the worst kind of guy.
Are you okay? What's wrong?
Look at how he's looking at her. Bruh, this is like he's trying to play the Weeknd's character in The Idol in real life. Gen Z people scare me, man. He just feels like he watched The Weeknd. He's like, this is how I need to act. I hate you, but I can't tell you why.
Do you need space right now?
Bro, he needs a joint right now. He needs fucking Jesus. He needs a back massage or something.
I have a question. I want to know if I've ever said anything negative.
All the time. Like literally all the time.
Or talk shit about JR to you.
Oh, never mind.
Directly? No. What happened and why are you bringing this energy right now?
JR went off.
Yeah, at you, bro. God damn, this is crazy, man. This is like the old days in the 50s when the guys at the power plant used to get screamed at by the boss and come home and be like, "Why'd you cook my steak wrong?" And then they're like, "Sir, this is still a Pizza Hut, please. This is not your house."
Maybe you're trying to cast doubt in Zaina's head. Came off was like wild. Like I was just like, bro, who the fuck do you think I am?
That's not at all what happened, actually. I mean, we got the tape of you saying, "What?" And then never saying any of that. But I do like how guys always do. And then I was like this. I was like, "Ever touch me again, I'll kill you and I'll break your car in half with my hands." Because that's how strong I am. I can bench press the planet. So, but that's what I told him. He didn't say anything.
He used to say where he got that information from.
So you automatically think it's me?
I don't give a shit about how many weights you lift, how big you are, how much you eat per day. I don't play that shit.
Damn, he's just existing, bro. Every time people start talking about JR's physique, I feel like these guys are like just so worried about themselves. Because the other dude was like, "I don't care if you got muscles and stuff. This ain't about that." It's like, I don't think he's ever said that. He just dresses kind of like a douchebag. But it doesn't really... None of that helps about like the whole Zaina comment, does it? It just feels like a lot of these guys are like, "I don't care how much you lift. I'll tell you what I lift. People's spirits, bitch. I'm out here, I'm in church every Sunday." JR is stupid. I hate him.
Were you intimidated?
Hell no. Do you think I'm intimidated by JR?
No, I'm just like, it's a lot.
What relevant?
It's not turning into a comedy. Were you intimidated? Hell no! It's like you're at the Apollo or something. Like, why'd you say it like Chris Tucker? All right, bro.
No, I'm just like, it's a lot.
It's like that song, like, hell to the no. Karaoke machine. I was not intimidated by his muscles.
Nothing is concrete about how he got information.
Why are you raising your voice?
Because you just went off. Like, check yourself.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh, wow. Okay, that happened. So it started with Scotty being like, why are you screaming at me, bitch? And then she was like, actually, shut up, you're screaming. And then I think it took him about 3 seconds to be like, yeah, you're right. I actually have just came here with this wrong energy the whole time. And he slowly figures it out. Scotty feels like this is like a slightly red flag in my opinion. If I had like a girl who was angry at work or her job and came home and brung it to me, I can't take that energy personally. I'm not good at being like, calm down. I'm more, you want to fight with me? Let's have Fight Club right here. So it doesn't work that I'm like that. But yeah, good for Zaina, man. She can calm anyone down, it seems.
Just know and pay attention to how your energy can affect other people.
I'm sorry if you feel like my energy was super off, made you feel...
I'm sorry if you feel like my energy was off, because it was on. But like, whatever. I'm sorry that you feel like I screamed at you. If your decibel of hearing is way higher than the average person, I don't know. Like maybe your secret name should be librarian, because apparently you think everything's too loud. I'm sorry if you felt like that. But anyway, whatever. I'm Gen Z. I don't care.
Feel off too. You look alright, by the way.
Thank you.
There it is. There's the Gen Z. That's the finisher. You look alright. Your boyfriend has muscles.
I'm trying to match me.
Like all of my greatest fears are being realized.
We take you back to the two who have been left behind, Mariah and Nick. And I wish we didn't have to. But I guess we're having this conversation again. You can even see Nick's painting in the foreground. Unfortunately, they didn't put it into focus because I don't think anybody would want to see it like that.
Like all about Sandy. He's like, I don't know if I'm gonna be here at the end single or get married or leave with Sandy. GFY, bro.
GFY, bro. 38-year-old man. GFY, bro. GFY. I was like, what the hell? A GFY gay for you? Because I think they might be. But it's good for you is what it apparently is. But really though. Go fuck yourself! I think both him and JR. Nick and JR sitting in a tree, having sexuality.
She can put her anger and frustration aside and just like show up the way that she seems to be showing up for others. For me.
Oh, God. Okay. 38-year-old man. In 1 minute, he pretty much explained his whole problem. The fact that the last girlfriend had the same issue means that it's probably an issue that you have to deal with. Feels or seems like you have abandonment problems or something. I mean, look, we all have these terrible things. I've got them too. It took me a long time and a lot of questions that I didn't want to ask to be like, oh, okay, how can I get better? Because if I don't keep getting better, then nothing's really going to change, is it? But he seems to think on one side, he can just keep being himself, and on the other side, she needs to approach him the way she's approaching JR. Someone who she just met and someone who she's excited with in the moment. I don't know what to tell you, man. That's obviously not going to last the same way. And anyway, in 3 weeks, you guys are going back together. This is a really bad way to think of things. I don't think this is going to work out too well. That's really my assessment.
JR described her holding space. That hasn't happened with us.
So it could be to your benefit.
I don't trust him.
Why don't you trust him? Is it the muscles? Do you want to say it? Is it because he's got cornrows? You don't trust Kawhi Leonard, do you, huh? I trust him. He won a championship for Toronto. Don't be like that, bro. I don't know why you don't seem to trust JR. It's probably because he's something you feared in life. Maybe you should learn to put some trust in the girl that you brought here rather than the person. Maybe, motherfucker.
Freaking out because I've had all these thoughts of things happening and they're happening. You know, they're into each other. They're definitely being physical. Falling for Sandy.
So yeah, that's the breakdown of Nick and Mariah. Mariah is seemingly getting better each time, even though she's like a zombie. She doesn't really do too much damage, I think. And now we have the golden couple, I guess, JR and Sandy, who start to talk about the night.
They came up, and the first thing he did was come over and apologize, which I appreciated.
What did he say?
He was like, sorry about everything that happened. Apparently he had a moment of zen.
Sorry about everything that's happened. What's going on? You can't tell me this man does not talk like a TikTok girl who's 16. I don't believe there's a person out there that is not listening to this and being like, you sound like Angelica.
Let's see how he is in 2 days from now. I literally don't even want to move back in with him.
What's the reason for getting tattooed today?
Man, I didn't see his pants. I thought his ass was getting tattooed. I thought he was like, here's what I'm gonna do, Sandy. Put love there so it's Sandy Cheeks. Get it? Do you get it? It's a SpongeBob reference, Sandy. Cool? God, I didn't know what he was trying to do there. So it turns out Sandy is just not feeling too good about things. And I guess Nick is going for another one of his tattoos. Hey man, JR's got tattoos, and if you can't beat him.
I just had a interesting view, felt like it made sense.
If this is the end of the story of Sandy and Nick, that's not what I came here for.
It turns out Nick has the wrong tattoo. Someone gave him the wrong tattoo. He was supposed to get Love Conquers All, which honestly, that's a bad thing. Stop that. You might as well just put like the prices of gas keep going up. Then he changed it to Fortune Favors the Bold. Feels like a pirate would have that tattooed on his eye patch. Oh, good dude. I guess you need a reminder of that. Dope. That's kind of where we're at right now. Nick is like, I'm a bad boy. Then gets another tattoo. He really is feeling it these days.
Liked both of them, but I went with the love, and maybe that's not where my energy needs to go right now.
I don't really know if Nick is going through a midlife crisis, something like that. Perhaps he is. I couldn't tell you because at this point it's just a bit like all over the place. I just think he can handle the situation much better. But I will take you back to Scotty and Zaina, and Scotty looks to be jacking off a piece of air. That's something.
I ran into Aria at the gym.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How was that?
Everyone's talking to everyone when they run into each other.
Sadly, Shitting on a Toilet with the Lid Up is probably the most successful album cover that has never graced a rap album. I really feel like if Scotty wanted to be the 90s R&B singer, he could put the glasses on and then the album could be called I'm the Shit, and it's him sitting on the toilet leaning forward like that.
I don't really know anyone else that wakes up in the middle of the night at 1:30 and takes their phone with them to the bathroom, so...
What are you talking about?
He looks like a Greek philosopher. Why would you be having this conversation from within the bathroom on the toilet? It would be the most powerful move in the world if you're like, hey, Zaina, I know what you did last night. No, I'm not gonna stop. You stop. What a power move this man is doing.
Are you clocking like what I'm doing, where I'm going? And second of all, I actually don't take my phone to the bathroom. What is the intention behind that comment?
Zaina being older and stuff, really, I feel like I associate with her more than I do with Scotty, because a lot of the times I feel like Scotty says stuff just to get a rise out of someone, so he feels like maybe he could say something defensive and win the argument rather than actually progress the relationship. And I feel like that's something completely that he needs to work on, because nothing he says is with the merit of communication to figure something out. He doesn't say anything to express how he's feeling. He doesn't say something to express how she's feeling. Just saying someone's escalating doesn't help anyone with anything. Yeah, I don't know if he's really good at that sort of position, but it's just gonna get worse from here.
Use your phone a lot and text a lot.
So that means I am what? Scotty?
Damn, that's what a phone is for, motherfucker. God, shit. I'm never going to like see Scotty at a drive-thru. I order a burger. He's like, damn, you use your mouth a lot. You chew a lot. You really want this burger? Like, God, bro, please.
Talk to JR.
Do you not understand like how dumb that sounds? What does that matter to you besides your obsession with JR?
Yeah, I don't know, man. This is a love triangle and JR is in the middle and Scotty's on one end and Nick is on the other end. I don't think Scotty and Nick love each other yet, but they should be a love triangle. Otherwise, it's just gonna be a love, whatever that is. 2 lines, I guess. Ooh, man, JR is 2 timing Zaina, but it's not with who you think. It's with Nick and Scotty. It's a threesome and 3 are men.
A devil's 3-way. 2 dudes.
That's what JR is crazy. You really couldn't come up with a better deflection than that?
It's not a deflection. Why do you care?
Better argumentative behavior.
Yeah, okay, so again, let's just take this into context for a bit. Do better. That's the best you could do. Criticizing the way that she's talking without offering anything. It's the same way sometimes I feel about people who criticize movies or music. It's great to critique things, but at some point, the validity of a critique comes down to whether the person really has a basis of whether that critique stands. A dude sitting on a toilet looking up as if he's looking at the stars, talking about how she needs to do better is just a very bad position to be, especially when you're on a show called The Ultimatum because you couldn't get your relationship to work. I don't know if that's a position someone can really command attention in, but here he is sitting and shitting.
You're not making any sense.
Should I get JR on the line?
That's unnecessary drama. Like, I feel like you a little too old to be doing all that.
Damn! So Scotty walks out of the toilet after taking his juices, and then he sits down on the seat and he is like, you're too old to be causing drama, which is just, that's not even your girl, dude. Imagine finding someone who you know for a period of 3 weeks and arguing this much with them. That should say something about your character if you can know them for this short amount of time and have, I don't know, whatever ego that is to be arguing with them. That's crazy, dude.
You think you're so mature, but you're actually a child.
You are painting a real ugly picture of yourself with your true colors right now.
I've done a lot of videos on a lot of people, but I think that is the most ironic statement I've ever heard in my whole career on YouTube. That would be it. I think with a bullet in his head, number one is the person who is painting a true color of himself, telling the other person how she's painting a true color of herself, and it's an ugly picture right now. That is wildly ironic. Wow, there it was. I'd be very surprised if someone like Arya stayed with him, because she seems like a pretty level-headed, really nice person. Arya, if you're single, hey, ultimatum, baby.
Done. That is all.
Deuces.
Oh, it's like a Gen Z leave too, because she walks out the door, Zaina leaves, and this is just, there's so much to unpack there, but he's like, deuces. Wow. He was dropping juices, now he's showing them. Dude, imagine having someone leave on you and it's not even your like girlfriend of years, it's like a relationship that you got from the ultimatum. That's a huge wake-up call for someone to be like, damn, I've only known this girl 3 weeks and she's left. What did I do? Bro, you gotta really work on yourself, man.
A big part of me was concerned that I wouldn't make a good husband. And I felt that if I couldn't make a good husband, I probably wouldn't make a good father.
Yeah, those two things go hand in hand. If I'm a good husband, then I'll be a shit father. If I'm a good father, I'll be a really shitty husband, because I'll be like taking care of the kids and my wife will be like, hey, I love you, baby. And I'll be like, I only love the kids, not you. Caleb's got a very weird perception there, but I don't really know how those two correlate, but feels almost like a breath of fresh air to see Caleb with Arya, knowing this is like Scotty is basically like a crazy person. So I kind of really appreciate how serene this is. And I feel like Arya at least has got to experience what peace feels like. Because I can tell you from experience, you probably don't know what it is like to have someone who is a really peaceful person until you find them. Because I know in a lot of the older relationships I've had, it's been a lot of fighting and almost none of it was me. And then you finally find someone who's like, I'm a peaceful person. And then you're like, oh, it doesn't have to be like that every day. And it opens your world. So I feel like Arya's getting let into that, which is a great thing.
You can make anyone feel special.
I think they're a perfect duo.
Okay, babe. See different.
Ah, yes. So back to JR and Sandy. JR is, as usual, hitting on Sandy. You know, he's got 3 weeks. He's going to make the most of it. Whole pasta and all that.
You're just a stable man.
That means what?
You're gonna double A? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with one last kiss and maybe more, Sandy and JR go back, and it's the last day before swap over, and it's even more telling that JR's like, it's gonna be weird being with someone else. He says the word someone else with a girlfriend he's had of 3 years. Crazy that JR is the only person who I've seen on camera smooch and do more things to the other person, so I don't know. But like I said, this video will feature the tell-all. I'm doing everything all in one. So we're gonna get to that soon. But it's finally time to swap over and go back to their original partners. Swapping split has never been more accurate.
Welcome.
Nice to see you guys again.
Good to see you as
great.
well.
All right. A bit unnecessary there, Nick. Good to see you too. You look really good. Wow. You single? Oh, shit. For him, I mean. Are you single for him?
Welcome to the changeover.
Episode 7. We're almost there, guys.
Adi and Zaina, how are y'all?
That is the laugh of someone who is like, we're broken up.
Our marriage started out beautiful.
Zaina chose to insert pettiness into our relationship that to me was unacceptable.
All right, they finally do the changeover. It's changeover time. It's the last supper, so to speak. Everyone is like, hey.
How you doing?
Nick and Vanessa are asking the couples, how do you feel? They start with Zaina and Scotty. Zaina chooses to be very nice to Scotty. For whatever reason, Scotty is like, yeah, Zaina was shit. And he just keeps going.
Probably said some things that rubbed him the wrong way. I know Petty Zay comes out.
We don't need to do all that shit. Come on, bro.
For even less reason, JR takes Scotty's side of all people for no reason and says, yeah, she probably was being petty. And then, in an even more double cross, Scotty is like, no, please stop that, bro. I don't even know like who's trusting who at this point. So just to reiterate, Scotty attacks Zaina, JR attacks Zaina, Scotty's like, stop attacking Zaina, I'm attacking Zaina. Zaina was attacking 0 people, even though she should have attacked Scotty. This show is wild. Anyway.
Caleb, if you and I were married, I think that we'd make a great couple.
Nice. Okay, so we also have Arya being like, look, I don't want to overstep Mariah, but if your man and I were actually married, we'd be like perfect. No offense. Like, you guys are okay. Anyway, back to you, Nick.
I asked her if they'd kissed, and she said yes. And I freaked.
I've never heard this, so I'm just so curious. Who initiated it?
It was mutual.
JR did not tell Zaina about the kiss, and she now asks about it. She's honestly one of the most dope people because, like, I don't know, I feel like if someone didn't tell me that, my blood would be a bit more boiling than Zaina, who is, like, coming from a place of understanding. And it turns out JR said, I'm not going in the show if you say I'm not allowed to have sex with people.
I mean, we came in here not having boundaries. I said, if we have boundaries, I'm not going on the show.
Likewise, but I think...
Can I finish?
I guess they set 0 boundaries, and Zaina just proving to be an even more, like, of a catch. So I don't know what JR is thinking, but all right.
He did come here open, but I wanted to just see what you were willing to compromise for our relationship.
I fully see where Zaina's coming from, and I can completely understand the idea of saying, do what you want, but I'm still allowed to feel how I feel. I think that's a pretty legitimate way to do things, because I don't know if it would be okay if someone slept with someone else and then it was just like whatever sort of thing. I don't know if that's how things work. So I think that's a very decent way of describing something, yeah.
Really had an amazing trial marriage. And really felt like a real marriage. I was able to meet her mom, which was huge. Like, you don't meet someone's mom unless you're really serious.
You're not serious, though. You met her for 3 weeks and you smashed her, or at least kissed her. Come on, dude. Oh, God. Saying this in front of your actual girlfriend as well is really nice to see how a marriage feels. Really nice to meet her mom, who was really nice, and she said I look handsome. She cooked for me. I'm sorry, that part shouldn't have been emphasized. I can't stop.
I know that you went through hell dealing with the ex that kept calling, texting, trying to stop what we had.
He throws shade, like someone on TikTok too. I just can't get a read on him. I feel like he's one of those like people who does one of these and he's like, drama time. So I started with Nick, and these are just some of the texts that he sent. Now, you make of it what you will, but I think he's a baby back bitch, you know?
It was just me. You're right. Just me. 100% just me.
It was.
You know that's not true.
Who else was it?
Oh, shit. Well, there it is. So almost happy that we could have finally a moment of peace, but now we move on to Nick and Sandy, because I thought he was actually taking accountability, and as soon as Sandy said something, he was like, you know that's not true, okay?
You?
Doing what?
It's okay.
Trying to calm you down?
Communicating with me consistently.
Because you were like
Okay.
drowning me with communication.
All right.
Drowning me with communication. I like that. Hey, can you please stop smooching me with information right now? Dude, you're giving me too much. Oh my God, you're dribbling all of that information around me, sir. I cannot handle that. Excuse me, sir. You're planting road rage in my vicinity. Can you please take your road rage and plant it somewhere else? Thank you. I like it. I actually like it, Sandy. Thank you.
Even that night, I kind of watched JR continue to take jabs at Nick, and I didn't feel like that was right for someone who's already saying like I'm in the wrong.
You weren't in our relationship, so it's not fair for you to say that.
Oh, that just sounds like an invitation, like you weren't in our relationship, but if you were, maybe you could. How many people is JR trying to get with? And how many of them are guys on the show? We'll never know.
Don't poke your head in our business.
I have seen his behavior over the last 3 weeks. It progressively has gotten worse to the point where I had to block him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to say. I don't have anybody on the show who I'm like, wow, I really like this. Normally, we'll watch Love is Blind or something, and I'll look at one guy or girl and be like, wow, what a really nice person. They deserve happiness. This is the only time that I've looked at this and I was like, JR sounds like a TikTok girl. Scotty's crazy. Zaina is cool. I think in the tell-all, this is just a little bit much. Sandy's neither here nor there. Maybe Mariah might be the only one who I'm like, okay, good. Mariah and Caleb, perhaps. But even Caleb has a secret, because I know he would want to get with Arya if he could. I know that, bro. Anyway, everyone's here is crazy.
Sandy, what's coming up for you?
Her birthday?
Everyone else sees you in such a positive way, and like you've tormented me throughout this entire process.
God damn. Drowned me in communication. You tormented me. That's crazy. She uses some of the most hardcore words that I've ever heard. I know sometimes like you hear some of the girls, then they say like, you ruined everything I ever had. And it's like, oh my God, I forgot to call today. I'm so sorry. That's crazy.
I can sit there and meditate with your eyes and be with you and feel a complete different presence than anything I've ever felt or experienced in my whole world.
Oh, that's just some bullshit to get some ass. Come on, get out of here. I can meditate in your eyes and I can feel the ocean of your thighs between my face. Man, he speaks like an artist, he talks like an artist, and he acts like one.
That's why I was like, this is my soulmate. This is the person I'm supposed to be with for the rest of my life.
Turns out this dude's gaslighting was so bad that he actually got me to change apartments and clothes, and it's a different day now. I actually just had to move. I'm currently filming a short film that I'm directing, but you know what? The real direction is his feelings of guilt and how he chooses to gaslight this lady over it. I would call it love bombing, wouldn't you?
I don't want your fucking lips or your body near anyone but me. Like, it's not a possessive thing. I'm not like trying to possess you or control you.
If you were playing football, you would have 100% of the possession, which is impossible. That's how possessive you're being right now. He's coming off real crazy for a 600-year-old.
I understand that, but it did feel possessive and controlling.
I'm so in love with you. And I'm not trying to love bomb you, baby. Like,
oh God. Saying the thing that you aren't trying to do after doing it is the worst. Like, imagine going to a bank and you're like, I'm not trying to rob you, after literally just being like, give me all the money, is like one of these, really. And that's how I feel. I don't know about this dude.
I've always been in love with you. I was in love with you like day one. I swear to God.
It starts sounding like Green Day. I swear to God, I was in love with you. I swear to God. I like that. Any normal person will be like, man, this is a tough relationship. He comes out, he's like, baby, swear to God. Hits you with one of those.
Like, I love that you're passionate, but I feel like when you're passionate and we're in a fight, it's not good. So,
and now we unfortunately go back to Arya and my boy Scotty.
We need to come to some type of common ground where we talk with each other with love, because your tone, I just cannot handle that.
Scotty looks at someone like he's from the 1980s and it was more relaxed when you could do cocaine and then do crazy things to other people. He's got the look that's like behind closed doors, it's a crime scene. Now, I don't know if that's true, but that is the look that he's giving off, because girls sometimes have resting bitch face. He has resting Scotty face, which is like, if you close the door, you might as well have to call the cops. Who knows what's happening there? OJ would be scared of him type face. In a very sad scene, JR and Zaina meet up again and they kiss each other.
I don't know where your lips been. They've been all over Sandy.
Well, JR says he misses her and she says like she misses him, but then she starts crying in the corner. She sort of is beginning to understand the ramifications of her actions. Not her actions, sorry, the show's actions, the ultimatum, and how he was probably smooching up on other people.
It's just such a fucked up way to find out.
We kissed twice.
3 times if anybody's counting, and for a long time too, possibly more. Holding your girlfriend like it's a homie who you're trying to be like, come on, bro, listen, is a really bad position. Like, whoa, it looks like you're about to be like, your mom left to me. See you later.
Make out or pet?
Just like a little kiss. The second time she came on to me.
And how long did it last?
It was a while ago.
No. That's not what she asked. She asked how long the kiss last, not how long ago did you remember when you did it. This man had everything in graphic detail. If you ask him to draw Sandy from memory, he'll draw Sandy cheeks and then he'll draw the Sandy because he knows both of them so well.
So did anything happen behind closed doors?
No. We cuddled.
So y'all cuddled every night?
Definitely not every night.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God.
They probably cuddled every night.
Do you currently have feelings for Sandy right now?
Broke up. It's over. Am I leaving here with her? Probably not.
It's like you couldn't pick a more stupid dude to actually relay your feelings on. He's been dating her for 3 weeks. He kissed her multiple times, lied about that to Zaina, and then she was trying to look for reassurance, and he's like, for no reason. She didn't even ask, are you leaving with her? He's like, am I leaving with her? Probably not.
Probably not?
Probably. I mean, if she gave me a chance, probably. Like, do I love her?
Probably not.
Do I dream about her every night?
Probably not.
Do I replace her with AI?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Sometime. You'll never know.
Do you want to be with Sandy?
Do you want to sleep outside, bro?
Probably not.
Because this is where it's going.
But the thing I'm grappling with is like someone like Caleb suggesting that it was just friendship.
So we go back to Scotty and Arya, and Scotty now takes her outside to show her the beautiful world she could be enjoying if Scotty wasn't around, and then proceeds to do more crazy Scotty things.
Is strange. I have to tell you, like, I don't buy this friendship bullshit. I don't buy it at all.
Kind of sad, right? Because if you have a great partner, say you're a guy who is with a girl or a guy with a guy, it doesn't matter. What I'm saying is, especially in this situation, I would want my girlfriend to hang out with other guys whenever she wants. I don't think that I need to be like, oh, he definitely likes you, because I feel like I respect the girl enough to be like, well, I know what you would do in that position. I can't control other people and I don't intend to. But we've got a situation where Scotty's almost making Arya feel like it's a problem that other guys are attracted to her. I mean, she's a good looking girl, so I don't know what to say. Like, if a guy is doing that, then it's between her and them, and I don't know how she sees that friendship, but definitely Scotty intervening in it is a bit immature, in my opinion.
Let me finish.
Whew. He Kanye Wested her.
I feel like whenever I'm trying to explain something to you, you want to defend yourself, and I don't. If you want to defend yourself,
I just never
defend
said
yourself.
friendship. I never said it.
You're not letting me finish.
Many times have I said that to a woman.
If you feel like the emotional connection I had with someone else bothers you to an extent where you don't want to propose anymore, that is on you.
I like Arya a lot. Is she single? I'm sorry, too far. My bad. Anyway, my point is, I like her. I like how she's able to express and communicate very calmly the way that she's feeling. And it's not attacking someone else, but it is expressing how she feels. She's able to get it off. Slay queen. You single? Anyway.
Hyper-focused on finding problems about Arya's intentions towards me.
Yeah, it makes me so uncomfortable.
So we take you back to the dead couple, the zombies. She's actually come alive, but not in the way that I wanted. She's actually just come alive to nag Caleb. And I don't really like that because she seemed like a very mature person, especially for someone her age. I think she's 23, 24. But now she's very intent on discovering Caleb's intentions towards Arya. And she's actually more insecure than one would believe.
I want to feel like there's more to our day than that.
Caleb, you always do this. You make me out to be the bad guy because I want to talk about our relationship.
This is how it feels to watch two dead people have an argument.
Have you been like this the whole experience?
Have I been like what?
Where it's just...
This is my first time being back with you.
This is disgusting. I don't really like it that much.
Exactly. Let's appreciate our time together.
There's no need for you to get frustrated with me.
That's how he's being frustrated. Bro, Caleb's frustration is like, have you been like this the whole time? And she's like, you don't have to raise your voice, Caleb. You don't have to scream at me.
Since being back with Nick, I have made a decision to not be physically intimate.
Big surprise there. Big friggin' surprise. You made the great decision to not be intimate with Nick, the sociopath. I wouldn't call him sociopath. I'm sorry, Nick. Mentally not ready to deal with the situation. Nick, that's his name. Nick, not ready.
So I think I'm just feeling those emotions and like allowing myself to have the space to process things.
Oh, never mind. She said she's not going to get intimate and immediately did. I think she maybe was talking about the boom boom blam. Maybe not. I don't know. But she is throwing away kisses like they're on discount sale, bro. I don't know if they get intimate. I don't know if they do things that day. It'll all really depend on how Nick reacts from tomorrow. I guess we'll find out. But it's the next day and Caleb and Mariah are back. They're not at all talking to each other. And Mariah is absolutely not having any of Caleb's nonsense. Caleb is eating sadly breakfast. I've never seen a man more sad to eat breakfast, and I honestly want to shove that breakfast out of his hand and get him some sort of a eulogy, maybe, because maybe he could do that. But you're not allowed to eat cereal, sadly, sir. That's very inappropriate in my culture of Suviism. So stop. Please.
Will there ever be a moment where you just like naturally come to me with like a hug?
I'm a lot quicker on coming back together when I feel like the actual problem has been solved.
Then he stands in the kitchen like a fucking robot. Mariah walks past him and he stands there like he's a Tesla robot. I'm seriously concerned about this guy and who he is and what he is, and if Elon Musk had anything to do with him, because I feel like he watches iRobot and cries because it's so realistic.
Are you excited to see everyone?
I'm nervous that I have to see JR again.
Because he's your boyfriend and you love him so much. Is that what this is? Because that might be what this is with Nick. I don't know, but I'm willing to bet it might be a little bit of that. Don't know about that, Nick.
What up, people?
Oh, God, just fire that man.
Me and Nick have matching tattoos.
You guys do?
The Fortis, yeah.
Kind of hard to see Nick with your big fat ass sitting on him, Sandy.
Oh my God, no shit.
What?
Yeah.
They have the same tattoo. Y'all are bonded for life.
Nick and his boyfriend, JR, have tattoos. Matching. Lovely. Couldn't have asked for the better two. Like, you fight and you fuck. Those are the two. They're very strong emotions. So all they need to do is get a bed for themselves. I think Ultimatum should go from guys who are straight and girls who are straight. They ditch that method and they try something different. A new ultimatum, perhaps. Are you gay? Try that. See how it works for 3 weeks. Live with a guy. Maybe you'll like it more.
Chat with you.
Okay.
Anyway, Nick goes to chat with Zaina and he discloses some random information, and also I'm sure he exposit bombs her to the point where she's just received too much, but he does talk about something that JR did not tell Zaina, which was kind of a revelation to her.
The way it was initiated, like he just went in and it was a pack, and then the second time initiated by her.
Zaina also then tells Nick about the second kiss, which Sandy has never told Nick. So now we have JR and Sandy, two people who have held information from the partner they've stayed with for years. And that's never a good sign, because no matter what you do, you want to tell your partner everything. If you want this relationship to work, whether it's good or bad, or it makes you come off like a good person or not, maybe they're angry at you for a day, but if you're going to hide things from someone, then it's just going to compound like interest. And Nick goes home and he is not happy with Sandy.
I had some interesting things to talk about with Zaina.
Did she tell you about the second kiss? You never directly asked me, like, if anything else happened.
That's not really a good excuse though, right? Can we all agree, even though Nick might be a little bit at times, that's not a good excuse not to tell someone something. If you never directly ask me X, Y, and Z, because the person could not actually know about that, why would they ask you? Imagine asking someone a specific question to get an answer. That sounds like you know you're concealing something, and the reason you're concealing it is because if you tell that person, they're going to react in a way that you don't want. So I don't like that, and I think Sandy's wrong for that.
That's such bullshit.
I was so mad at you and so like caught up in the moment, and I actually was like, I don't fucking care.
Damn, you dig your own grave there, huh? I thought she was just going to say the words yeah, because that would have been bad. But like explaining it, being like,
you were being a dick, so this was how I got back at you.
I just smashed another dude just for revenge. But like, I love you. That's pretty much how you get out of a relationship. I don't even think that's what it was. That's the weird part. I think she just genuinely had a connection with JR, but now she's making it seem like she was mad at someone else and did it out of revenge. That's a bad trait. Sandy's playing all the wrong cards.
Glad to know this is what you do when you're mad at me. Please don't touch me.
Okay.
So glad I found out. You're such a liar. I don't want to talk to you at all.
Why does he act like a 14-year-old? I've just said Sandy is acting completely wrong. He's all right to act in a pretty crazy way. But like, tell me it's not a little funny.
Don't touch me. I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Honestly, it reminds me of a 14-year-old.
I was fully sure that I was going to ask her to marry me, and I'm just not really sure right now.
Yeah, he's got his hands on his face like he's a 14-year-old when someone says you're grounded or I'm not giving you dinner tonight. Well, anyway, we're up to episode 8. We're almost done with this thing. It's basically episode 9. It ends and we get one tell-all, but we're doing all of that today. You've stuck through most of this. Surely you can find out what happens next.
You okay?
Yeah.
I feel bad.
Oh, too. I can only take so much. This is a trial. You're playing with fire.
I don't know what happened in between that night. Nick feels bad the next morning and Sandy again berates him. So what a great relationship they have. Do you think it's going to work out? My money's on hell to the no. That's not going to work out. But here's another couple that's great. Arya and Scotty. Let's see what they're up to.
Conversation of us at this table having this conversation.
Yeah, it's the 1000th.
Do you feel like that comment was productive?
It was not only not productive, him saying it was just bullshit. It was a way to express his frustration with this, but instead of saying, I'm frustrated, can we talk? He used a snarky comment because he wanted to feel a little vindictive. And you bringing that up, Arya, is fantastic. Are you single? Just check it out. Sure.
It is ridiculous that we're having this debate right now.
I wish that this was something that wasn't an issue, and I'm working on it.
I'm not going to spare your feelings by...
So if you look at this conversation, right, if we're breaking it down, Arya is trying to communicate a point to get to a final resolution. This is just like psychology 101 from the school I never went to. If you look at him, he's so closed off that every answer he says negates her answer, so she's unable to get anywhere until she finds a point of frustration where she just breaks down. And he still berates her for, reasons reasons unknown to me. But we've reached that point where she's effectively trying to communicate, and Scotty's like, this is not good. I don't like this. This sucks. What else do you have? And it's just like really unproductive.
It just irritates me.
All right, well, be irritated. I'm gonna be honest.
I answer all your questions, and then you stormed off.
Every couple is just getting the smoke, including the dead duo of Caleb and Mariah.
Sat there with nothing to say for 5 minutes, and then you just walked out.
Nice to meet a hug.
They give each other a hug after she cries for not getting a hug for 5 minutes by just sitting there. Are any of the couples gonna make it? I don't know. Let's take you to the worst one. Sandy and Nick, who are going back to meet the mother. Now, the mother has had whiplash for the past 5 minutes because Sandy's boyfriend was a black man, but now it's a white. It looks like he's in NSYNC currently, in some sort of boy band, he's wearing white on white. I'm just waiting for that Y2K music video to come out, sir.
I really didn't have it like the kind of connection that she had with JR, who's like obviously a very attractive guy who's kind of the...
If he's that attractive, marry him, bro. The amount of times you've got tattoos that are matching, called him JR. Why don't you just call him Gayar and get it over with? Seriously, bro. I'm sure you could paint him. He could model for you. I think it would work, really. I think between both of them, they have what it takes to go the distance. I ship them. Nick and JR for life.
He's definitely like swaggy and gets girls and blah, blah, blah. And I was scared.
I'm trying to figure out, is he the best life partner for me?
They talk to the mom. I cut most of that out, but the mom sort of asks Sandy if things are okay because she doesn't seem to like Nick as much as she liked JR, which is a kick in the nuts, knowing someone for 3 weeks and saying this guy's better for you. But it also shows that your relationship can't be that strong, because just as much as she's saying that, it's probably for a reason. She's probably seen her daughter be happier, but we're in such a honeymoon phase, you could just never tell. 3 weeks and 3 years at the start of the relationship and possibly the end is ridiculous comparison. That's why this show sucks. But anyway, let's take you to Sandy and Jay. Oops, my bad. Zaina and JR.
Something sexy?
What? He instantly wants something sexy for his birthday, but instead she gets him something very wifey-like.
Eagles grill sex? You're literally always upset about something. It's like this weird,
And then we go back to Scotty and Arya, who are fighting. As usual. It's just going round and round like a merry-go-round of absolute bullshit.
And I feel like it's directly related to you being disappointed by men in the past.
Ladies, imagine you have a relationship and your man out there, he's got a perm looking hair, he's a Gen Z, he's got that dangling earring, dangling nutsack, everything you want. And then you guys have a little argument, and then he turns into Dr. Full and he starts pseudo-psychologing you, telling you every step that you've been taking and why. This is because you distrust men, probably. He doesn't even say probably. It's a matter of fact for him. Isn't that just a nice thing to hear? I know, I'd punch someone.
I've been proving you wrong for 3 years. They're waiting for me to fall off the mountaintop. And when I do, you're going to be like, you're the reason I don't have faith in men.
Yeah, I don't know what any of that is. That just sounds like Scotty has problems and probably girls have said. It sounds more like a deflection than Arya saying anything, because I haven't even heard her even insinuate that Scotty was a problem. In fact, she's been babysitting this dude for a long time, it looks like. So I don't know what to say to that. Sometimes we project so hard that we just do not even want to accept responsibility. When I was younger, definitely there was a time when I can admit that I just didn't know what I was doing wrong, and I had to ask people and really swallow my pride. And I think I'm better now. I think. But I don't know, Scotty needs a little help. Yeah, as I said, for the next 60 to 90 minutes, the whole episode, basically, everyone's getting along really well. They have this towards the end of the series. They try and make sure that they have the couples getting along, because if they're just fighting, then everyone would be like, well, no one's going to make it. So they sort of throw you off by being like, no, everybody's fine. When you have that couple in a relationship, we're like, we're fine. And then you hear them screaming throughout the whole course of the day. This is that. So it's the final morning before the trial marriages end. Will couples stay with their original partners, move on, or just fuck off? We'll see.
Who has found lifelong love?
Nobody, motherfucker.
Who will propose? Who will get engaged?
Not you. I know your experiment is like an evil Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde here, okay? This is kind of crazy, bro.
Looking at this engagement ring, it means committing to one person for the rest of my life. It's been a while, 2 months.
It's been a while to mouse. He says mouse. It's been a while to mouse.
Do you feel like you've got what you were looking for?
It's
We catch up with JR, but not with Zaina, instead with Sandy. And it's been 2 months since they've seen each other and talked to each other. I think the ultimatum just made them meet so they could have this little thing, especially when they do the trailers, so it makes it seem like him and Sandy are going to get back together. But it's an absolute no-show. Sandy just says good luck on your journey. He says good luck on yours. They have a little moment. It's not even anything, and they both go to their respective partners. What a cop-out. What a shitty show.
Wild. You just have to live your truth.
You just have to live your truth. Wow. Abraham Lincoln say that? Did he say that? Who said that? Martin Luther King? Really?
I have a dream to live your truth.
I love that.
Beautiful.
3 weeks.
2 months.
2 months. 2 months.
I don't think I'm at that point to give you what you deserve.
Did anybody have JR and Zaina staying together? Because I just did not. These were the first couples that I thought, no way, they're ever making it. But JR, after he says 2 months, he says that he doesn't think that he's ready. And I think all in all, at least it's a respectable thing to say and not make someone wait for you knowing that you're probably not ready for the situation. It took JR 3 weeks to ruin 3 years, but that's the kind of relationship that he's in.
I've gotten the answers that I need. I hope you did too.
You will be an amazing husband one day when you are ready to be a husband.
And like an absolute champ, Zaina doesn't flip out. She says that he's going to be a fantastic husband one day when he's ready. I don't know, man. Sometimes I'm looking at like Zaina and I look at JR and I'm like, bro, I feel like you might have fumbled a bag just a little bit here. She's perfect there. Not for me, but like for you. JR, come on, man. I think he was just thinking about Nick in his head. He's like, look, I'm going to be single. I think I'm going to change my name to Gayar. I think that's going to stick. I think me and Nick are going to do it. I'm going to move to Santa Monica or wherever he is. I'm going to ask him to tattoo private parts of mine with his tongue.
I'd love to spend the rest of forever with you.
Can we begin forever?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. The 2 dead couple get married. I kind of thought that was going to happen. I didn't think Caleb was leaving her.
Yes.
Then he mumbles to her and they kiss. I kind of thought this was going to happen. I felt like everyone sort of knew there's no way Caleb was ever leaving.
Annie.
Like, I've never been more in love with you. Like, I have a ring in my pocket.
So then we get to Sandy and Nick. I thought Nick would say yes and Sandy would say no, but it sort of subverts my expectations when Nick actually, for once, he kind of like stands up for himself and what he believes in, and he recounts everything. And it's the one display of like, oh, okay, I respect that I'm really seeing from him. So hopefully there's some growth there.
If you don't know by now, I don't know how somebody could love me this much and say they can't imagine a life with me. I deserve to have somebody that's 100%.
He looks like Nick Swardson, doesn't he? I'm sorry, that's an odd comment right now, but he kind of does. Like his brother or something. Imagine, do brothers share the same first name? Like different last name, same first name? Can someone look that up? No? All right, well.
Here to get answers. I feel like I got the answer I need. It's not the answer I wanted, but...
Maybe.
They don't get married. You know, I thought it would be more like Zaina and JR where they just explained and they're like, one day things will be great for you. But it just felt like a high school romance gone wrong. Now we go to Arya and Scotty, and I genuinely didn't know if this was going left or right. I had a 50-50 in my head. I was like, he's the one who gave the ultimatum. He's not going to break up. And I was a little bit right. There's a lot that goes on in the scene, so I just cut out all the words. This is going really well so far.
Huh?
Just to let you know, this is exactly how I would cut my wedding video. And I would do it to everyone, not just us. Like, not just the bride. Every time they cut to the other people, I have like an office zoom and then cut out the words. I'm pretty crazy. Oh, but it looks like they got married. Wow. I don't know what he said. Huh? I actually watched the whole thing and he said a lot of nothing. Genuinely, if you watch the thing, you're more than welcome to go and watch it. It's just a lot of nothing. Nothing that you needed to know. All you need to know is that we're on episode 10 and it's 1 year later. Everyone is at the reunion episode and finally, we've actually finished Love. What is this show called?
Love Isn't Stupid.
What? The Ultimatum. That's how it ends. Most of the couples left early. Some of them got to the altar and only 2 of them got married. That's how flimsy these relationships are. Like hardboard, baby.
Let's get this reunion started.
Close your hands, sir.
You're still engaged.
Yes.
Caleb, you were Arya's trial marriage partner.
Yeah.
And you guys got close in that time. Have you reached out to each other?
So for starters, Caleb and Mariah are still married. They're still going strong. So I was wrong. I guess the only two people that have died are the ones that really feel alive, which is ironic. As usual, when we get to the reunions, Vanessa takes time to start trying to ruin people's relationships so she can make her new show. And she starts off by trying to get Caleb into trouble, which she does successfully.
You're not looking at my stories,
And I also watched Zaina's story.
liking my stuff, and then you blocked me. And
You're
then,
not blocked.
yes.
Damn. That's a crazy thing on my stories because it takes someone looking at the people who watch the stories to know that you're lurking. So you're creeping while the person's lurking. So kind of like 50-50 here.
You know what I mean?
I don't know what Caleb's doing, like if he's with another girl. Maybe he's just looking at other people's stuff. I don't think it inherently is wrong. I don't know who exactly did what. It's kind of crazy to like have that narrative.
And then I was unblocked. I think you're capping right now.
He's capping and fapping. Yeah, probably. I mean, look, it's Arya. Probably. I'm just saying. He's capping and fapping. Probably. I don't know. I don't know Caleb's MO.
Like, are you fucking kidding me?
I should have been more transparent. I should have been forthcoming with that.
Well, let me just say it. I don't think there's any question of how much this man loves you.
Nicholas, what the fuck was that? He stopped everyone. He's like, let me just say that. I don't think there's any question how much this man love you. He doesn't even say love. He's speaking randomly, like dropping his English to 80%. I don't know about the man love you, man. He a real one for the OG, bro. Yo, what up to West Side Cook? Why did he talk like that?
And that's just my personal opinions.
Brother, what is man dropping personal opinions in the middle of reunion?
What's that, brother?
You're supposed to be objective, dude.
But we're not engaged anymore. I realized I made a mistake pretty fast after. It's just the way that we have conflict.
Yeah, so then we go back to Arya, who says that she and Scotty have not been engaged anymore. And when you see or hear how long it took them to figure out their engagement was wrong, you will shit your pants laughing, which is a hard thing to do, but you will do it.
When did you break off the engagement?
A day later.
Game over.
Honestly, if you had an office Zoom to Scotty and it was like, that would have been perfect, guys.
A day later?
After the proposal?
I give him an ultimatum. I said, if we don't do therapy, I'm done. I'm done. And he thought, I don't know if he thought I was joking.
Do you know, that's a better ultimatum, by the way. Instead of having this crappy show, have couples go to therapy and then see by the end of it if they can actually resolve their issues. Because this is not therapy. This is stuff that you talk about in therapy. And the therapist is like, what have you done about your relationship? And you're like, well, I went on the ultimatum. And the therapist is like, get out. Wait, pay me for the hour, then get out. This is not saving your relationship. Damn, bro.
But I wasn't joking.
I feel like when I got down on one knee and proposed to Arya, I
took a shit in your pants. Oh my God, there's no toilet paper in my butt. Then you said, will you marry me? And she said, yes. And then you said, follow up. Do you have toilet paper? Is that what you said? I was just guessing.
made a mistake.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Go on.
Context missing. Like there was so many things that happened in our relationship from...
Are you going to tell them or are you just going to say there's so many things?
I don't think it's my place to tell.
And then Arya drops a bombshell and then she says, she wants Scotty to say it, but really it's Arya's place. It's a really sad, it's a really, really unfortunate thing that happened.
I ended up having a miscarriage.
She definitely broke my heart, like for sure, like shattered it. And I just know I never want to experience this kind of heartbreak again.
It's very sad. There's nothing more to say about that particular thing, but it's a very 25, 26-year-old thing to say, I don't want to experience that kind of heartbreak again. I don't think any of us ever does, but in doing so, we become more in tune with ourselves and closer to exactly who we want to be around. And it's often, the harder the lesson, the less you make the mistake, right? Mistake without consequences is never a lesson. Sorry that it happened that way. That's a very tough outcome, but that's Arya and Scotty's situation. I'm very sad.
Guys, what do you say we lighten up the mood a little bit? What's up, guys?
Hi. How are you? We put you guys on polar opposites of the couch.
Yeah, this is gonna be great. This is actually great. They should have put Nick and JR next to each other so they could hold hands. But they got both of his exes on one side of the couch and then he's on the other side. This is definitely not gonna be good. I mean, they got them on separate sides. They split them up like boxers before they get in the ring.
We moved out, we went our separate ways, spent Christmas together.
We did spend Christmas together.
I know, but you were mad that we didn't get gifts.
Do y'all want the truth?
Yeah, I want the truth. She's gonna do a lot of these movements. I think if it's giving had a thing, then it would be this. I don't know why I find the hand movement so funny. Like when, this is like asking for something. Give me this. I find it funny. It's so obscure. I'm sorry.
Sounds like you have a slightly different perspective.
Yeah, Jared explains his perspective for like 10 minutes. Again, nothing really is being said. A lot of the show has people just talking in circles, but it just goes nowhere and means nothing. JR doesn't really say anything other than he thought they were broken up. She didn't, and she mistook that information. Now we listen to Zaina's side, kind of different.
Yes, we did move out. We moved across the street from each other.
That's context that we should probably know about, right? That's a very important contextual thing. I moved out of my mother's house. I'm now in the basement. It's like, huh? So, you know.
You got a massage at the Ritz-Carlton and a steak dinner for your birthday.
I didn't say that was pushing me further away because you were trying to manipulate this.
Nice. Everyone gets a free look into what therapy would be like if it was held by Nick and Vanessa Lachey. This is always my favorite part. Just watching people talk over each other while Nick thinks about new song lyrics and Vanessa thinks about how she's gonna ruin the next two couples. Oh, it's a good day down in Ultimatum land.
Then when you followed up with, I think we should take this break seriously.
Not true. I have text proof.
Oh,
I have
whatever.
all the texts
I do
from
too.
you. I have the books that you wrote to me.
Who is she? J.K. Rowling? What the bro? You gotta marry this woman, bro. She's writing you books? Damn, I never had a girl write them for me. I'd like that. That's nice.
Apologizing for coming off that way.
For my birthday, he asked me if I would be open to dinner. Canceled the night of and never rescheduled.
Oh, the look from Vanessa is like, play, you know you fucked up. That's exactly what that look is. The look on Nick's face is like, it was your birthday? Why didn't you invite me?
Okay, because I was sick.
Sick. He was sick.
With that whole birthday thing, I was just like, you know what? I need to start prioritizing and choosing myself.
You don't think I've ever loved you?
That's a weird. Okay, so without knowing what happened in that span of a year, I can see that JR is coming off more defensive. The things that he's saying seems less truthful. He's withholding context to the situation. And when he's forced to be defensive, he's speaking in very holistic terms that are just not indicative of the situation. Like, oh, so because I didn't go to your birthday and cancel the day before, I don't love you ever. It's like, no, that's not what she's saying. But that's a very special event. And she just explained on his birthday, he got a massage and a steak. And on her birthday, she got nothing and canceled and bailed on after he asked her to go with her. Like, you know, you can see how that's not lining up. And I just think that's a very easy thing to see.
I got DMs from a woman with screenshots with him flirting with her. And he tried to gaslight me by saying that it was Photoshop.
It's called a lie.
Damn. You know you fucked up. Doubling down is pretty tough, huh? Honestly, you must be listening to Shaggy, It Wasn't Me, and really, like, you know, I don't know if that works. OJ denied everything. He got off. You know, he sucked. Is it worth it? Probably just better to say, that was what I did and I am sorry. It's a very hard thing to do. I understand that. But come on.
It wasn't Photoshop. I'm not stupid.
Oh, okay. Well, can't fool her.
I owned up to it. The
Exact
messages
thing that
were
you were
Photoshop.
upset.
I'm still processing things.
I'm still processing, JR. I just heard him say, I owned up to it, and then said they weren't Photoshopped in the space of 2 sentences. So he's like, yeah, I told you I'm sorry. Also, I'm right though, so I shouldn't even say sorry. Actually, you owe me an apology, bitch.
Things that could still be a possibility.
Is the door fully closed on your relationship?
Yes.
There's not even a door. The door has been demolished. It's another realm now, okay, Nick?
You are a liar. You guys kissed twice. Sandy initiated it. I wasn't that into her. Sit and watch it back, and it's the complete opposite.
Yeah. One thing that surprises me on the show is the stupidity of the fact that they think they're on the show and people are getting, they're squeezing content like an orange. There's no way that wasn't going to be caught on video. Whatever you're doing, you might as well confess to it because someone's going to show that. JR. He said they only had 2 kisses. I was counting. They had 3. Come on, man.
Nick reached out to have a conversation a couple weeks back, and we were talking about it.
Don't you hate when your exes get together and talk about you? Huh, Jar? Nick and your other lover there, Zaino, talking about what you did. Crazy.
And he's like, you know, saying, I think they may have.
Nick is on the couch looking like a divorced dad of 3. Someone just took away his kids from court. Like he just got the court order. You'll never see your kids again. That's exactly what he's looking like right now. Damn.
They may have fucked.
Yeah, Nick reached out the first week.
We did not.
Yeah.
What?
I am so emotionally.
Nick in the situation is like, nah, hey, cut the music. Hey, man, no. Look, please, don't look, man. I'm trying to be a good person. I painted my feelings. I actually saw the tapes. I look crazy.
A list of reasons as to why I am over that relationship with JR, and I'm glad I'm no longer in it.
You know, it was hot and heavy, and it was above my head.
Hot and heavy. Why you say that about other people? Bro, okay, so we're now into Nick. I've been waiting to hear what Nick has to say about the situation. Firstly, he says they're hot and heavy. Well, kind of weird thing to say about your girl and another man, but all right.
No, if everybody quite understands that they lived above me.
Nothing transpired past a kiss.
And I forgot about the 3rd kiss.
So she's so forgettable that you forget that you kissed her. That's a new defense, really. Hey, honey. Hey, look, have you been sleeping around? Now that you mention it, yes, I have forgotten, but yes. I like that. If I forgot it, it didn't happen. What a great defense. O.J. Simpson should have said, I forgot I killed him. Then he would have been still free to go.
Who's counting?
Okay,
I actually am so
let's
over you.
Who told Scotty that that JR was here for a hall pass.
A good way to segue that. Shoehorned it in there. Great. Everyone's just arguing and she's like,
Who told Scotty? Let's find out who told Scotty.
I have message proof. I have a chip on my nail.
This is what I'm talking about.
You know you're
And then boom. And there's a folder called receipts.
So then some new age shit happens. What I can gather from it is that Zaina has receipts on her nail. So, you know, if someone smudged those off, it would have been over for her. He managed to put a QR code off stuff that JR said. But I thought it was going to be some heavy stuff because I was like, what a reveal that is. Zaina has just opened this case. She cracked this case wide open. But really, what's on it says nothing, which is really unfortunate because she hyped it up. She really hyped it up. It doesn't really explain who said what to JR, but let's take a look at the text anyway.
Zaina, did Scotty tell you what Aria said? She was breaking down crying because guys are treating this like a hall pass and not talking about Nick.
Of course, Nick would be the only one not treating it like a hall pass. Nick is in the holes running, trying to stop people from also going into the holes. He's a hole monitor.
Literally on film saying, that's not what I wanted. Then you say, fuck Aria was talking about. He wasn't speaking badly about.
There's a lot going on here. I sort of zoned out. I was thinking about Bob the Builder. Bob the Building. He's a building. He probably can fix it. Yeah, I guess it's someone else who said something, so maybe JR was just insecure about Scotty. I don't know. At this point, does it matter, you know? When you're bringing up things from so long ago, it's already like they're not together. They're never getting back together, like Taylor Swift's song. It doesn't really matter who said what.
Some unseen clips of just how you spent dating week.
But we do have one juicy nugget of information, and it is JR. Remember at the start of this whole thing, I was like, hey, JR crazy. He says only sexual things. And we finally have gotten to the point where it's materialized. They did a compilation of things JR says, and it is as douchey as possible. Let's take a look.
Ain't no cameras in the room. Like, let's do us. We gotta experience what it's like to be married, right?
Nice. Just touch a chicken wing right there. Good. JR flirting is one of the most cringy things I've seen.
I'm not seeking like sex out of this experience.
Like, I'm okay with cuddling, but I'm not gonna like have sex with you.
What about like the foot thing?
JR is a persistent man. If you're not gonna bang, can you at least treat me like an employee? Give me jobs of various sorts.
So we could obviously have a high sex drive.
Well, it's pretty obvious. Yes, go on.
I like a good blowjob.
Nice. There it is.
You break a guy's heart, right? Fix it. Now say sorry to it.
Sorry?
Does it fix it?
No.
One blowjob does.
Well, I get JR. Okay, buddy. All right. Someone get him in cuffs. And not the ones he likes.
You make it mean salmon?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it dry or is it juicy?
No, it's nice and moist. Nice and juicy.
Like you?
Okay.
Like, you know, it's nice and juicy. Where's your boyfriend? Is he single?
I could get you pregnant or something.
Oh my God.
Like, I'm trying to be on that vibe for 3 weeks. I got a whole pass.
Turns out JR said he's got a whole pass. Caught in 4K red-handed, trying to do the worst. JR is just probably the most despicable ones. If I had to rate them, JR would be number 1 with a bullet in his head. Number 2, Nick. Not Lachey. He's my golden idol. He's like Ronald McDonald for me. Everyone else follows. That's the only 2 people.
This is your
If I
word
want
of
a hall
the
pass,
cop-out.
why'd I come here? Let's break up with your ass and get a girl back in LA.
When I say the ultimatum saved me,
Please don't give it credit. Oh my God. Okay, so JR and Zaina fight, and then for whatever reason, she uses this time to give credit to the ultimatum for making her realize it's the biggest mistake. Please don't give the ultimatum that credit, because then they'll make a new show and I'll have to review it. And do you want that though, Zaina? Really?
from making the worst decision of my life, I am so grateful for this.
Well, it's a good thing you came here and saw each other's true colors.
Yeah, please switch shows, honestly. Oh, man. Okay, so Zaina and JR, completely done. Arya and Scotty, completely done. Caleb and Mariah, alive and well, somehow. And the other ones that I forget, Nick and Sandy, donezo. But there are a few couples who we didn't talk about. Do you remember at the very start, a couple of couples left? Well, one of them decided to come back for no fucking reason. Vanessa and her partner, that guy, Dave, I think.
Why did you decide to leave?
Nick, you are probably expecting some kind of answer out of this today. And
All right, so Vanessa comes through and she's like, firstly, Nick, maybe you're expecting me to say something. And then Nick does his hardest Robert De Niro face I've ever seen in life. It's the hardest and heaviest Robert De Niro face ever made.
But you said that it would help clear things up for you. And there were just things that made me feel really uncomfortable. A lot of that didn't make it into the show.
I always wonder what is the stuff, because just as you're watching this and I have to cut it down for you guys, they're cutting it down for us. So I often wonder what contextually we miss to get these things. It doesn't doesn't make sense sometimes the way people blow up and then the next day they're just normal. So it's kind of interesting to see, and Vanessa probably had a point actually. Out of everyone who just left randomly, Vanessa and Dave left on largely the basis that Vanessa did not see herself around Nick because of how erratic he was acting. And for what it's worth, I think that's probably a decent explanation, although not great for the show.
And it's not my dirty laundry to air. You still have a lot of work to do to work through your trauma. Ugly, and I mean, that was the first day living with.
Calling him ugly is ridiculous. That's his mug. It's been there for 39. Oh, did she mean like his personality? Well, yeah, that's pretty true.
I was there for you. You laughed back at me. When you were there for me, I was receiving that. Did you see the difference or not?
Sure.
Woo! What a great comeback that is. Nick is actually turned into one of my favorite people. I have spent the whole show thinking he's immature, and just on that reaction, I don't know why I like it so much.
Sure.
He did actually listen to her, even though he was like, I don't want to, and I really don't care. But he did. Sure. Carry on, Vanessa. One of those. It's like seeing your ex-wife and then she like talks to you about where you went wrong and you just don't want to hear it. I know you've been there, Nick.
I feel like we're all shitting on Nick a little bit too much right now.
Yeah, well, are you a pigeon? Why are you shitting on him? I knew he was shitting himself when he went down on one knee. I knew it.
The questions that are being asked.
You can shit on me if you want, Scotty.
Cool, bro.
Guys, no one's gonna shit on anyone.
Oh, yeah, there's a little auntie joke there by Vanessa.
No one's gonna shit on anyone, guys.
She smacks Nick over the head.
Vanessa, why did you leave without telling Nick?
Extremely perturbed about him like turning it back around on me.
You didn't feel like you needed to say goodbye?
Not really.
Interesting. We didn't actually see them fight the whole time. So it's kind of crazy that they've been fighting and they didn't put that on camera. I found that kind of wild to just hear it now. But maybe Vanessa was more warranted in the way that she left, knowing that the whole day someone who just met her and just said yes to being in the ultimatum with her spent the day fighting. You probably know that you've done something wrong. Now her going back to Dave seems like, I don't know, man. I don't know about that, but here it is.
Like the experience was unnecessary at a certain point. I had discovered a lot about myself. I know this is my person. There's something very untrue on the show.
Then Dave says stuff and nobody cares because it's Dave. I don't even know why he's talking or why he even decided that talking would be the right decision. I don't really care too much about Dave because Dave left the show early after realizing that his girl is probably the best he can do. And also she found someone else and he got scared. After also trying to get with other women. Nice work, Dave.
Vanessa farts, and I don't like it.
Not be a good husband to most people, but I will be a phenomenal husband to the right person.
Are you seeing anyone right now, Nick?
Yes.
So the episode ends with Nick saying that he is seeing someone else and maybe things will go better. It also ends with Dave talking about Vanessa's farts.
Because I know there's been some concern about nutrition.
Which was unnecessary. Everyone else got the same fate. But the real ending is the fact that you made it this far. And now we get to see the worst thing that I've seen in a long time. Netflix and The Ultimatum is releasing a game where you can play.
Games for iOS and Android play the Ultimatum choices. Are you ready to marry or move on?
And I'll tell you what, if this gets 10,000 likes, I will do a video playing that game. I'm gonna regret that. Anyway, that's the video. That's the deep dive. It took a long time to film because I was busy directing a film and writing one. It's gonna be a busy year for me, so I'm sorry if the background changes, but just know that the foreground will never change. This face, this mug, gonna be the same, I hope. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for always sitting in, being so good to me. And in return, I guess I will put myself through more pain and maybe play this game very soon. Take care of yourselves, and please, don't let me catch you on the ultimatum. Love you guys. Bye. Discover June's journey for free. Click the link in the description box to scan the QR code. Play on Android, iOS, and PC.